that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hi, Jada Cantor here, Diamond Dave's daughter. I've watched my dad as I grew up talk about what he can do, what no one else can, because of our family's fourth generation connections, direct importing and operating out of an office instead of a typical retail location. If you want something special in a diamond, a wholesale price, and to have the owner personally involved in your special diamond, call my dad, Diamond Dave.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450 or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Hi.
Who's this?
Buzz, he appears whenever you eat Honey Nut Cheerios.
Like a genie?
Sure.
Ooh, does he grant wishes? I wish I lived in a giant boot. No, I wish I could swim with a humpback whale. No.
I can grant you a delicious bowl of High Nut Cheerios, which can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Ooh, with heart shapes, too.
Happy heart-shaped Cheerios are back for a limited time. Pick up a box of Honey Nut Cheerios at your local store for an easy, delicious, and heart-healthy start to your day.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I know a lot of people right now are wishing they had the day off. All the excitement, all the partying, all the fun of the Pro Bowl. Oh, my God. I can't imagine a lot of people aren't hungover right now. Oh, what a party. What an atmosphere. What an amazing event.
The Pro Bowl?
Oh, yes. I'm sure there were Pro Bowl parties all over the valley, if not the world itself, as everybody celebrated the majesty, the pomp, the circumstance, the tradition of the Pro Bowl games.
I don't think anybody did anything of the sort. Oh. Well, okay, then I guess we don't have a whole lot to talk about. This is going to be a long-ass show because I've got nothing but Pro Bowl for you. I got nothing but Pro Bowl to talk about today on the show. So Super Bowl 57 is in town, and all you have to talk about is Pro Bowl?
I don't think anybody's going to be talking about the Super Bowl. Nobody cares about the Super Bowl when you got the Pro Bowl, Randy.
I think
we were contractually obligated to carry that, and let me tell you, I'm so damn glad we were because it was astounding. It was amazing. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was something else.
Was it a ratings bonanza, as they like to say?
It probably had about the same ratings as a Bonanza rerun, but
it was good by Pro Bowl standards.
Before we get into that stuff, let's go ahead and talk about what I did listen to last night. I'm driving around in my car and I hear the Busch Light clash at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And your guy, Martin Truex Jr. won the sloppy race.
It was a very sloppy race. I think these guys are used to this new car. They know what it can do and what it cannot do. And I think these guys are going to start I'm looking really forward to the Daytona 500 because that's going to be a lot of fun, especially the final 100 miles of that race. These guys are going to be swapping paint. I mean, this could be a super exciting Daytona 500 and start to the season. Remember, the Clash is just a preseason race. All it is a kind of a tune-up race, and NASCAR has turned it into an opportunity to go and make it a sort of a unique venue, unique opportunity. And it was good. I saw some of it. I watched a little bit of it, and congratulations to Martin Truex Jr., my guy, for getting the win. But did you see his car though? I mean,
yeah. Well, everybody's car was banged up front to back.
Oh yeah.
Martin Truex with the gold medal, Austin Dillon with the silver, and then Kyle Busch. By the way, are these Busch guys related to Busch the beer?
No.
So just coincidental.
Yeah.
That they have the same Busch.
Stay fortuitous last name.
Yeah. So yeah, I listened to it and I'm like, all right, this is pretty interesting. Boy, the MRN guys, they go corner to corner to corner to corner to corner, right? They're like bam, 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 finely tuned. Yeah. But holy crap, that was when you have 13 and a half seconds a lap, they're like, they had to finish each other's sentences or nobody could talk. It was a good broadcast, don't get me wrong, but and then the one guy, it was funny where the accidents were happening. So the second guy would get to talk finally. He was like, well, let me tell you. And then all of a sudden goes, we got another crash over here. And the guy's like, that's the second lap in a row I didn't get to talk. He didn't say it, but I could hear it, the strain in his voice.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it is on short tracks. Martinsville, some of these short tracks, that's what happens. These guys get into each other and they move guys out of the way. And
the Clash is the shortest one, period, right? That's got to be the shortest.
I believe the Clash is the shortest track because, for those of us that don't know, the track is built from the ground up inside the
7
LA Coliseum
feet of material between the actual surface and what they put asphalt on.
Yeah, and it's not a perfect oval either. It's a sort of a elongated oval where the turns are extremely tight. And then just about the time you get it out of second gear, you're into another turn. I mean, it's that quick. It's 13-second laps, like you said, Jeffrey. There's no real pits. They have stalls in the inside of this oval where they come in and they work on the cars. But the main pits are outside of the stadium. You actually drive outside of the stadium. So
they only got to pit one time. Their one time was at the halfway point. The funniest thing, I'm driving around, I'm listening, and they're like, oh, Denny Hamlin's angry. Denny Hamlin's really mad at Bubba Wallace. But Bubba Wallace is his teammate, right? And he's like, yeah.
Bubba Wallace actually drives for Denny Hamlin.
He's an employee.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hamlin and Michael Jordan formed this team, and 2311 Racing basically is the name of the team.
Right.
And so Denny Hamlin, and there is an alliance between that team and Joe Gibbs Racing because they're all racing Toyotas.
Well, Denny Hamlin was hot. He was like driving around. He's like, no, you god dang it, Bubba. And why would you do that to me? And he's mad as hell. Turns out Bubba didn't do nothing, but somebody rear-ended Bubba. Bubba then was pushed into Denny Hamlin, and Denny Hamlin he was so mad he couldn't recover for most of the race, even though it was explained to him in his head that no, it wasn't Bubba, it was the guy behind him. He's like, I don't give a crap, I'm mad. And then so he kept making mistakes as he drove because he was so angry.
Yeah.
And as Bill Murray told the groundhog, don't drive angry. You just don't drive angry. It doesn't help you.
You can't do that. Yeah.
So that was my experience listening to the NASCAR. So I listened to it. I'm like, all right, well, that's interesting. And then I see a video. I'm like, all right, click the video. Like that was like the smallest little thing. The track is comically small.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. It was like
little bull ring. Yeah.
When you get the starter kit of your electric car racing set and all you have is that's all it was. I just kind of find that to be pointless if we're honest.
Again, it's a preseason race. It's not a points race. It's just to get these teams out on the road, kind of shake everything down and get back the competitive juices, get those flowing. But the real test is coming up here. The February 19th is the Daytona 500. So the week leading up to that, they'll have some qualification races. They'll be at the track, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch that because I think these guys have really learned a bunch about this new car, what they can and what they can't do. It'll be interesting to see how the Daytona 500 comes up. Well, the Daytona 500 will be on this radio station. That is the Sunday after the Super Bowl. So this coming weekend, the last football game of this season. The next weekend, Daytona 500. So you got that going for you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right, so let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey, the Pro Bowl was in Vegas. And like they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, that's not true. That is not true. You take several things home with you, herpes, pregnancies.
So sometimes a new bride, depending on exactly how impulsive you are.
Or, how drunk you get. There you go.
A lot of debt also.
Jackdog says, Jeffrey, are you guys doing a remote at the TPC this weekend? We do not know yet. Unbeknownst to us, we'll let you know. And Mr. Pringle says, kind of surprised Kyler Murray wasn't asked to MC the race, with how short the track was on Sunday.
Yeah. Well,
thank you, Pringle. So there you go. That's the big thing that happened over the weekend. Kyrie Irving got traded. That happened. So here's the deal. The Mavericks traded with the Nets. So I guess Kyrie Irving traded to the Mavericks, and the Nets get 2 Dallas players and a flat earther to be named later. That is the entire package right there.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
So I just saw who one of the guys was traded, Markieff Morris.
Yeah. He's coming to Dallas.
Yeah, I don't care. I like seeing his life get messed with. Either Morris brother, I don't care. One of them hit on my wife at a Costco gas station. So I wish bad things on both of them. Why? Because they have the exact same tattoos. They both roughed up some guy at a party. I think they're just kind of the same person, twins, kind of creepy anyway. And here's what happened. So the Nets traded Kyrie and Markieff Morris to Mark Cuban's Dallas Mavericks for Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie. I was kind of hoping we'd get Dinwiddie because that's just such a fun name to say. I mean, I know he's a pretty decent player, but I don't even care about that. Dinwiddie. I just wanted to keep saying Dinwiddie.
Well, I'm glad he went to Brooklyn because Dinwiddie put the kibosh on the Suns the last time the Mavericks and the Suns played. It was Dinwiddie in Luka's absence that just really put the knife in our heart.
Well, also there's 3 draft picks, including a first rounder, as part of that mix. So wasn't surprising the Nets let him go. He asked for it. And, this dude's been in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? He's been in a lot of trouble. And, he's averaging 27 points a game, that he comes with so much more baggage. Just a few months ago, remember the whole thing. And, he's suspended for anti-Semitic comments. And then, I don't know. Here's Kyrie with a fresh chance, probably in a state where they encourage some anti-Semitic comments. I'm just guessing in Texas. I think he's going to be
there
a
are parts of Texas.
welcome.
Yeah. There are parts of Texas. I don't know why the Mavs. I mean, I understand why the Mavs made the move. Obviously, you get a guy that's an incredibly talented basketball player, if not one of the biggest head cases in the entire league. And Luka needed help. But when it comes to his personality, if I have a young superstar, Luka's 23, I don't want Kyrie within 200 miles of Luka.
Yep.
So this trade is,
you could either learn bad habits or they're going to be oil and water, and it's just going to mess everything up.
Yeah, it's the most risky trade that could have been made at the deadline, but they're swinging for the fences on this one because they know they're not a contender, and they'd very much like to be.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're going to have to pony up some serious cash because one of the reasons Kyrie wanted out of Brooklyn is he wants that 4-year, like $200 million contract. The Nets, of course, didn't agree to that. So as he is a free agent after this season, then, Mark Cuban can either he kind of has to. You just gave up a bunch of stuff to get this guy, draft picks included. You kind of have to be serious about paying him at the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Keon. I don't think so. I think Mark Cuban is doing one thing and one thing only. He wants another ring. He wants a championship. And I think he feels like this is an addition to his team.
It ain't going to happen this year.
That will help him down the stretch here. And you don't know. I mean, maybe you catch lightning in a bottle. Maybe he comes in and maybe he and Luka click together. And this entire season gets turned around for Dallas. And they head in the I mean, look at their odds. I mean, their odds fell sharply from a long shot to now being sort of an outside favorite to win the championship.
No, that's inflated numbers, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think people are jumping on the bandwagon there, but I think you have to pay him just because of what you gave up. If you're going to give up, two players, Dorian Finney-Smith, who is, I think, a very talented defender and a really quality role player, and Spencer Dinwiddie, who was the number 2 on that team and is, as we saw, when they played the Suns, capable of going off. If you give up that guy and a first-round pick and a handful of second-rounders for just a half season, well, less than half season rental, I don't know exactly what the logic is there then. I think it would be a crazy move otherwise.
Here's conspiracy theory. As you know, the Phoenix Suns were in the market for Kyrie Irving. And you might be happy, you might not be happy how this whole thing went down. So the conspiracy theory would be Mark Cuban made this move, got Kyrie Irving, and now he's waiting until Ishbia has control of the Suns because old Sarver has to approve or disapprove whatever trades. Once he's out of the way, Ishbia's like rubber stamp that thing, and then Kyrie comes to the Suns, and Cuban gets whatever the hell it is he actually wanted to help Luka out in Dallas. That is a conspiracy theory that I hope to God is not true.
And it doesn't make a whole ton of sense as a conspiracy theory, just because at the end of this season, Kyrie is a free agent. So if they re-sign him so that the Suns can trade for him, then you better hope that what he does from now until the end of the season actually looks good so that someone would want to trade for it. Because if you have your typical
it could be
Kyrie,
a couple weeks. Ishbia could have control of the team in a couple of weeks, and then they can do another transaction. When's the trade deadline?
Well,
trade deadline's next week.
Yeah, the trade deadline's next week, and Ishbia's supposed to have control of the team by February 9th.
Well, okay, so that would be within range because the 9th is a couple of days from now. So the conspiracy theory could be not likely, but it's still on the outside of plausible because you don't have to wait till the end of the season.
You don't have to, but I think the Suns were trying to get Kyrie at a certain value point. If Mark Cuban's going to turn around and move Kyrie to them, still.
And by the way, I'm not saying it's my conspiracy theory. I'm saying I heard this conspiracy theory from somebody else.
I'm not putting it on you. I just think that it's a long shot. I don't know that it's a particularly viable conspiracy theory either.
All right, so the Lakers wanted Kyrie. LeBron, of course, makes everything about himself.
Naturally.
I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know why. We couldn't just. I don't know why we can. He actually said that. I don't know why Kyrie. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Shut up, LeBron. And the Clippers wanted Kyrie, and of course the Suns were in the mix. And the word on the street was they were going to give up Chris Paul and somebody else.
Jay Crowder.
Yeah.
And a first rounder.
Would that have been a good idea? Because I feel like that wouldn't have been a good idea.
Okay, so I don't like Kyrie, so I don't feel like it would be a great idea because I just think that dude
he
blows up
show
teams.
Up for work every day.
But if we're just going to if you're going to make the assumption, okay, you move Kyrie to a new team, new environment, Monty's a player's coach, maybe Monty can get through to him. If you can get past the other stuff and say he's going to be on his best behavior as a Phoenix Sun, then it kind of
think he told the Nets he'd be on his best behavior for them.
It kind of makes sense. I mean, he told the Celtics the same thing. Like I get it. I'm saying if this is a hypothetical because it's the only way that would be a particularly good trade. Then yes, because then you'd have obviously somebody who can do the point guard duties at a higher level than Chris Paul is able to on a night-to-night basis.
Absolutely would have been an absolute nightmare if they would have sent CP3 to Brooklyn. I said that would have been good for CP3. It would not have been good for Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Suns fans anywhere. I don't care if you like CP3 or not. The guy is the heartbeat of this team right now. And for them to bring in this Kyrie Irving and expect him to pick up where CP3 left off, no, thank you.
Okay, so no Kyrie Irving. And maybe there's no conspiracy theory, but there is another name that has been bouncing about because the Nets are looking to move Kevin Durant. So the Phoenix Suns going, all right, Keon, do the Suns, okay, I'm asking what we think, not what they think. Do the Suns want or need Kevin Durant?
That's what all the reports are out there saying about where the Suns are. The Suns kind of know they're kind of one consistent person short of really being in that championship mix. They need a guy. And so, yeah, they're heavily interested in Kevin Durant. If he's on the trading block, he's the kind of guy that if you give up even multiple talented players, it's worth it just because of what he can give you. You're going to still need some talent left behind, obviously, to help him out. But
what setup works with Kevin Durant? The Suns have what would they have to have left over to make this work? Booker and Kevin Durant and DeAndre Ayton, those three together, or is it -1, +1? What's the best formula and scenario for adding Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns?
I think you got to keep Booker. Kevin Durant showing up because of his length and because of the fact that there are serviceable big men on the Suns makes Ayton a little bit more expendable. And I think that would be something the Nets might be more interested in.
Does Kevin Durant play that kind of defense though?
He's a really good defender. Yeah,
okay.
He's a really good defender. He has been his whole career, and they relied on him when he was in Golden State because
he defends the paint.
He can defend the paint. Yeah, I mean, he's 7 feet tall. I don't think you want him to do it every possession. I think you want to let him have something in the tank to play offense with. But I'm saying because of if you've got, Biyombo, you've got Saric, you've got big guys who are pretty serviceable. If you add that with Kevin Durant, well, you don't necessarily need the offensive production of DeAndre Ayton because Kevin's going to double that basically. And DeAndre's age might make him enticing to the Nets because he's a younger player they might be able to try and build around.
All right. So are we really thinking that we're going to work hard on making this happen? Or is this just sort of maybe? I mean, what's the word out there right now? Are they fast and furious in a negotiation, or is it just sort of a passing whimsy?
Well, right now, I think the interest is all on the Suns side. I don't think that the Nets know exactly what they're going to do with Durant, if they're going to try and keep him and build another core around him, or if they realize now, okay, what's left is Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons kind of stinks. So let's just blow this whole thing up. At that point, then, you'll be able to actually make some strong negotiating moves. But right now, the Suns are very, very interested, but the Nets have to decide what they're doing.
I think the Nets move Kevin Durant, and it is February. Remember what we said when they re-signed that extension for DeAndre Ayton. They couldn't do anything with him until February. Here we are at the trade deadline coming up, and this could happen. I mean, I think it's a very good possibility. Depending on how you package the deal, I think it's a good possibility Kevin Durant could come to Phoenix.
Commodity. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton going out is expensive. I mean, is it too expensive?
He's expensive, but is he more expensive than KD? I don't think so.
No, because he's on that rookie max deal,
right.
So it's a smaller max, as it were, than Durant's.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, a lot of people on the text line with a lot to say, and Hook'em Hottie was really happy we were talking NASCAR. Well, that's over now, isn't it? It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brian Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NBA tonight, Golden State home to face the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Warriors a 3.5-point home favorite, -162. The Thunder +142. The over-under at 233.5. Utah facing Dallas. The Jazz a 9-point home favorite, -400. The Mavericks +320. Over-under 222.5. Houston, a 7-point home underdog to Sacramento. The Rockets +230 on the money line. Sacramento -275. Over under at the Toyota Center 237. And the Clippers are an 8-point road favorite tonight in Brooklyn against the Nets. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Not going to the Super Bowl? We didn't think so. You can go to the best Super Bowl party ever. It's the Players Tailgate with host Chef Bobby Flay. Hang out with over 60 active NFL players and feast from over 10 celebrity chefs you see on TV. The Players Tailgate is rated the #1 event to attend 7 years in a row on Super Bowl Sunday. And you can get discounted tickets. Just go to the Fanatic website and click the link to save $75. Get to 1580thefanatic.com for all the details and save $75.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at metamucil.com today.
It's time once again for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. First prize is $1,580 from Harmon Solar. Second prize, a Zebra e-bike from Hemingway. And $500 third prize from Harmon Solar. Sign up today. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. The Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. From your home for the NFL in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We really need to lobby all the text programs, all the social media programs, and even our text program to have something called Sarcastica, a font that lets you know they're being completely sarcastic. I guess if you could text italics, that would work as Sarcastica. But I'm not sure. This could go one way or the other. But Miss Wilbur says, wow, Jeffrey's genius switch is stuck in the on position. I don't know if that's an actual compliment or if it's dripping with sarcasm. Either way, fair enough. 888-368-1580. Hookamati says, is it too late to join the Suns bandwagon as a disgruntled Mavericks fan, especially if you get my guy KD? What? How is he your guy? How is Kevin Durant your guy? Was he ever in?
He played at the University of Texas. He was a Longhorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, there you go. Thank you for that 411. You do whatever you want, Hookamati, but I don't know if we're going to get Kevin Durant or not. That'll be interesting. Curious ASU fan says, no, not curious. Extremely pissed off ASU men's basketball fan.
Oh,
I've
boy.
watched this team over several years, and there's two things that really frustrate me.
Oh, boy.
Well, hold on a second. Can we just finish this conversation about the basketball stuff, the other stuff real fast? Hold on, Curious. I'm going to come right back around to you on that one, but let me just take care of some other stuff real fast. CK says, good afternoon, fellas. Jeffrey, did you bring back 2 types of herpes from your last trip to Vegas? No. I didn't know there were 2 types. How many types are there? How many types do you have? Mr. Pringle says, I read that the Suns offered Paula, he means Chris Paul, for Kyrie, and that's got to kind of piss off Paul. I can see him take another vacation soon. He's in it so long, he knows it's a business. He knows there's business to the business. And, you hope he's not mad. I guess next time you watch him play, see if he's pouting or a little tear going down.
He got here via trade.
Yeah.
He got
He
to
ain't
the
new to
team
this, Pringle.
he was before, also via trade,
Rough Rob says Kevin Durant wants his Golden State get back, bring on over to the Suns. Can you do what does that mean?
There are key words missing from that sentence. I couldn't tell you.
KD wants his Golden State get back, bring on over to the Suns. I'll tell you what, Golden State could maybe use his help because Steph Curry got hurt again. I was actually watching the game. My wife, just for no apparent reason, turns on the game, and we're like, all right, we're watching this now. And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, man, they're good. Man, they are up by like 20, and just punishing the Mavericks. Sorry, Hookamati. Just punishing the Mavericks. It wasn't even a fair fight. And then all of a sudden he got hurt, and his leg was already wrapped up like a mummy. So I'm thinking pre-existing condition or something. But I guess he collided with Jaden Hardy in the third quarter and kind of went out of bounds. And after that, he just up into the stands and he started limping and went back to the locker room. Like, ooh, that don't look good. But here's the good news. If you're a Golden State fan, the MRI, they say, was encouraging. And so he will be back. We just don't know when. So they need him for that team. That team lives and dies by Steph Curry. So I was almost wondering, can you check on this, Keon? Did they win the game? Did the Mavericks come back? I knew they had started to come back when we turned it off, but did they come back or did Golden State
Steph Curry-less hold off the Mavericks. But it's one of those moments you see that moment and you're like, ooh, well, there goes the season. Let's see. Heavy Metal Maniac says bandwagon fans are not allowed to root for the Suns, especially Maverick fans. So suck on it and deal with it. Heavy Metal Maniacs, you seem to be in more of an aggressive mood over the last few weeks. You doing all right, buddy? You doing all right? Because that's a lady we're talking to there. So I think maybe now you know that might change the way you say things. But just a little worried about you, buddy.
You hope so. Also, the Warriors did hang on to win that game 119-113.
Keon, I know that. I just wanted Hookem Hottie to have to say it. She couldn't help herself. Mavs did not win. CK says, all right, get Kevin Durant, trade Ayton, Crowder, and max out first-round pick swaps. That's how bad CK thinks the Suns need Kevin Durant.
Well, I mean, all the DA haters are going to come out of the wood. I mean, absolutely. If it's a trade for Kevin Durant, sure, get rid of DA. I mean, a lot of these guys are going to be saying this has been a long time coming. It's time to move him along. He's not panning out, just like all the Kyler haters out there. Time to move him along, not panning out. Move on to what have you done for me lately? But what happens if KD comes here and he gets hurt? Remember, he spent 3 seasons with Golden State. One whole season he was injured. Remember that?
He's hurt right now.
Yeah.
And he's injured right now, and he's not exactly a spring chicken. He's got a lot of miles on him. So
they need to develop a special shoe for the praying mantis. You know what I'm saying? Because he's doesn't got the regular body style. Normal human.
See, you say praying mantis. I think it looks like giraffes out there. I think it's like especially when they start fighting. It's like all legs and arms. It looked like a giraffe fight.
No, you are correct, and it seems like the people are getting grumpy lately. A lot of chippiness out there. Too.
Yeah.
All right, so Giannis, remember Giannis Antetokounmpo? I know he's a name that a lot of Suns fans don't feel like they want to hear. Yeah, even when they whooped ass on the Suns and they won the championship, I was like, I can't be mad. Giannis seems just like such a cool dude. He seems like a nice guy. He's got a great story, nice guy, and I can't be that mad at him. I think he's starting to change, guys. I think he's starting to change.
Okay.
Superstardom will do that to you. So he gets 54 points against the Milwaukee Bucks. Against the Clippers when the Bucks played on Thursday, right? So afterwards, he's like, "Hey," and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna go get some nugs?" Because like last time he went to Chick-fil-A and he got some chicken nuggets. He's like, "Yeah." He says, "No, I'm going to Culver's." And they're like, okay, that's cool. No, stop. I want to tell you why. And like, well, okay, nobody cares.
Okay.
But he's like, because Chick-fil-A did not give me no free meals. Like what? He thought because he scored 50 points in a game last time, he should show up to Chick-fil-A and they just say, here's your free food, Mr. Antetokounmpo. And so he's like, now this time I'm going to Culver's. I'm going to get 50 hamburgers. And he says, I'll eat as many as I can. I'll give some to my kid and whatever's left, we might even just give the dog. Like, well, okay. I'm sure all the homeless people in the world who might have heard you say that were like, hey, but okay, Giannis, okay. What the hell, man? What happened to nice Giannis? That doesn't sound like nice Giannis. That sounds like entitled Giannis. That sounds like, I think I'm a big deal Giannis. That's it. It kind of changed there, didn't it? Or is that just me?
Well, when you get the entire world telling you you're a big deal, and then you get a team that's willing to pay you the amount of money that he's getting paid.
Remember when he got the smoothie and he's like, oh my God, a smoothie is the best thing in the world. And we were like, oh, Giannis. Now he's just like, you do not give me free food.
I think that maybe Giannis has just been getting free food. That is what I'm taking from this. He's been getting free food.
He got $40 million a year.
And then, yes, but it feels nice to get free food.
Well, yeah, how cheap are you?
People who are rich like to still get things for free. Charles Barkley talks about this all the time.
He was poorer than poor before. And you know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but he's rich now, and
it changes people quick, don't it?
Well, yeah, but I don't know if we're getting like a different Giannis.
I don't know.
When I feel like he's changing on us, and I'm starting to not. Maybe he's going to be a villain now. This is how super villains start. And you know what, Chick-fil-A, thanks a lot for starting him down the path of super villain. You could have given him some free nugs. 50 nugs are a lot cheaper than 50 hamburgers. You know what I mean? I get 30. True. I get 30. When I go to the Chick-fil-A, I get 30 nugs because they don't have 20. I only need 20. So I go there, I eat 20. And then it's funny. My body just knows exactly when to stop. And I look down, I'm like, Hey, look at that, 10 left. Put them in the fridge. Later on, I got a snack. Yeah, but if I could eat 50, but here's the other thing: they don't have a 50 pack because they don't have a 30 pack. They don't have a 20 pack. They can't do the math. So then now how do you get 50 nugs at the Chick-fil-A? How's that math supposed to work with the religiously and sexually orientated intolerant chicken? How am I supposed to do this, Chick-fil-A? Have a 20 pack, would you? 10, 20, 30. Well, why not a 20? Why is there not a 20?
It's a great question. I don't know.
You know what? I'm pissed off at Chick-fil-A too. Team Giannis, I'm in. I'm in.
Actually.
But just hearing a guy who gets 40 million per year, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of millions of bucks in the bank. I'm going to Culver's.
I don't know how
How
serious
dare
he
you
was.
not give me free food?
Well, I will tell you the Culver cement mixers are amazing.
What? What's that? What's a Culver cement mixer?
That's their ice cream treat. Oh my God. So they call it a cement mixer.
Oh, I've been in Culver once. Yeah, it's all right. It was all right.
And they're cheese curds.
Yeah,
those are really damn good.
You seen the
my
Culver
God.
commercial with
Good
the
Lord.
creepy old guy? He's like, "Hey kids, you want some ice cream?" It's like, "Whoa, hey,
Better a creepy old guy than a clown.
how about you take a few
Ronald
steps back
McDonald.
there, buddy?"
Talking about you.
But you know what I'm saying though? Just seems kind of, I don't know. Giannis,
It does seem a bit. It seems it seems entitled. Not a bit. It does seem entitled. I scored 50 points. Now where's my 50 nugs? Well, you know what, Giannis? Why don't you peel off a 10 spot and pay for it?
It sounds like a thing you say when you're joking, that if it's in text, you don't get the joke.
No. I saw it. I saw the video. I saw the interview at the end. He even the reporter was ready to move on. He's like, "No, I want you to know why." Like he was like, "I want to make sure you know why." And he interrupted her next question and just started talking about Culver's. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Well, he's trying to put the kibosh
Yeah.
on Chick-fil-A.
I-
I'm Giannis Antetokounmpo. People
How
listen to
dare
me.
you?
I think he
Yeah.
just wants free food. That's honestly,
Isn't the 40 million a year enough to play a child's game?
you can, but it just feels nice to get free food. I don't know. I'm not reading any more into
okay,
this.
I know, all right, but think about it. You're playing 82 basketball games a year. You
Mhm.
get $40 million to do it. And you want free food.
Rich people want free stuff. That's
Well,
every
they-
rich person, every billionaire and multimillionaire also tries to get free things.
Here's
This is
my
not a
big-
Giannis
but-
specific thing.
It's a bad look. Choro
It is.
says,
It does look bad, but
Nuggets, are you 12? What are you talking about? Listen, I'm not getting chicken tenders when there's a perfectly good steak or something else on the menu. But when it comes from Chick-fil-A, the flavor of their nuggets is amazing. I don't even use the dipping sauce. I just eat them straight out of the box. That's how good the flavor is there, man. And the only thing that I like as much as the Chick-fil-A nugs is the fried chicken from Fry's food stores. That is amazing fried chicken. So, hey, what? There's an age limit on nuggets,
Right. I just with those prices, please.
Chicken biscuits and gravy says, haven't you seen Die Hard? Really, of course, but what? Wait, huh? Yes. Wait, Keon, you've seen Die Hard, right?
Many times.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, your movie history, we don't know for sure. I don't know. Big George says, so let me get this straight. Giannis, multi-millionaire, upset. Chick-fil-A didn't give him free nuggets. What the hell, man? I know, that's what I'm saying. CK says, looks like there are 8 types. What an evil world. And then he's got a link. I don't know. Oh my God. 8 types of herpes?
That is unfortunate.
I'm wondering what the fixation is with CK and herpes.
Well, he's probably got 7 or out of the 8,
Well,
I'd imagine.
I didn't want to say that.
All right, so let's get back to Curious ASU fan. It's probably not smart that we left a pissed off ASU fan waiting. Here's what he was trying to say earlier. He says, I've watched this team for several years, and there's 2 things that really frustrate me. These 2 items always happen, regardless of who the coaches are. ASU has always been careless with the basketball, makes a lot of stupid turnovers. Yeah, I know. Last week, we had a game where they had like 16. And he says, for example, in the Oregon game this past Saturday, they were doing well in the first half. However, a few seconds before the half, they turned the ball over to Oregon, which then turned around and made a 3-pointer before the half ended. Also, Oregon made a lot of their free throws. ASU consistently misses their free throws. I don't even know what to do. Do I need to send a letter to Ray Anderson or Bob Hurley and tell them, hey, protect the basketball, make your damn free throws? I think you should. I think you should send the letter. But that is a curious thing. Two of those things that he mentioned there, and we noticed this last week that in ASU was playing, they had 16 turnovers. And it's like, these are not talent things. These are fundamentals. Protect the ball. Make your free throws. Are you people not practicing the free throws over there at the ASU practice facility?
And I don't even think in the Oregon game, free throws were necessarily the problem. Just looking at the stats, they didn't actually have a terrible time shooting free throws. I think they missed 2 over the course of the game.
But what about the turnovers?
But the turnovers are a problem. That will kill you. You can't have every single one of your starters with multiple turnovers, which they had most of their starters with multiple turnovers. They had a few guys off the bench with multiple turnovers.
That's like sickness.
Got to take care of the basketball. They've also had really, really weird mental lapses on defense, just whole stretches of the game where they stop playing it. And defense is effort. Move your feet, stay in front of your guy. It's not going to be perfect every time. And the way the rules are, you can't hand check people, all that. So you're going to get beat, but stay in front of your guy. You can't just have these trips down the floor where you're not giving effort on defense. And I think that's driving Bobby Hurley crazy, but you're the coach. Like, it's at some point, if the guys aren't playing defense, it's because they're not responding to you, especially if defense was the thing that you were trying to emphasize all season long.
You know, in life, in school, reading is fundamental. Okay, we got that. In basketball, there's a handful of fundamentals. One of them, don't turn the damn ball over. 2, if you get a chance, make sure you practiced, make your free throws. And 3rd, don't travel. You're not in the NBA. You haven't earned the right to travel yet. You just do the fundamentals, man. And that's a good point right there. That is a very good point from Curious ASU fan. When you start to see a lot of the ailment of the ASU basketball does lend itself to the fundamentals. We got to take a break. When we come back, we will finally get around to talking about what everybody's talking about. And by everybody, I mean really nobody. It's the Pro Bowl stuff. It'll be a quick segment. Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Today on Hey Culligan, smooth skin and soft hair comes from where? Here's Mike.
Hey Culligan, I've tried every conditioner, lotion, and body wash known to man, and my skin still feels like sandpaper.
It could be your water, Mike.
Oh, that's harsh.
More like hard water. Are you interested in smart, high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water? Want baby smooth skin and soft, luxurious hair?
Yeah, can you hurry? I have a date tonight.
We're already on the way, Mike. Let us help you out with the free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
One trip down Scottsdale Road and it's obvious. Snowbird season is here. You know what else is on Scottsdale Road? The absolute best restaurant to take your out-of-town friends and family to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki,
Looking for great dining without a show? Well, Kasai offers an awesome selection of Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily till 6 p.m. and enjoy the outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for the open, the big game, or just the great Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. Take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse for dinnertainment. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com. Or call 480-607-1114.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the six-pack?
Bingo. That's what we thought.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Gonna have to fact check something here. Hey, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Well, don't fact check that. That's no, we already go that room. Berg is in all caps texting in at 888-368-1580. Breaking news: Brian Flores to the Vikings as defensive coordinator, not the Cardinals. I have not seen that pop up on any of my feeds yet. Here's what I did see pop up in my feed. Matt Ryan says, I still love playing. I feel like there's a lot of good football left. Well, there is. It's just not going to come from you, Matty. Why don't you sit your ass down? Back to Berg's text, though. Any reality?
I don't see anything right now. I'm checking everything. I don't see anything breaking.
Because he's got like a second interview with the Cardinals and stuff. So I think Berg is just screwing around.
Well, I don't know here. I think that might be real. It's coming up on Adam Schefter's Twitter. That Steelers assistant coach Brian Flores is accepting the Vikings defensive coordinator job per source.
I see it too now. Holy moly.
Yeah, I got it too.
Wow. Hey, you want to be the Cardinals head coach? Hey, want to be the Colts head coach? You want to be a coordinator? Yes.
So then that means it's
bad for both of us.
So it's down to a Mike Kafka or Lou Anamoro and
Aaron Glenn still kind of floating out there too.
Well, according to NFL, I'm sorry, NBC Sports, the NFL, they say it's these three. Either it was Brian Flores, Mike Kafka, or Lou Anamoro.
You know what? It's our own fault. It's the Colts' own fault. It's the Cardinals' own fault. Because look at how the bleep show that we've been putting on the last few years. Your team, my team. We don't deserve Brian Flores. We don't deserve Sean Payton. None of us do. That's fine. Here's hoping. It's gonna be some newbie, isn't it? It's gonna be a newbie.
Well, I mean, it looks that way.
Flip a coin if they're gonna be any good, I guess. I thought maybe the Colts were kind of hanging around to see somebody out of the Super Bowl mix. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why we haven't hired nobody yet. The Cardinals kept trying to have more interviews.
Well,
the Colts weren't having quite as many interviews. So I was thinking, they're waiting to talk to somebody.
So I guess the Cardinals are also interviewing Brian Callahan.
From Callahan Parts?
Who the hell is Brian Callahan?
Brian
from Tommy Boy.
No, Brian Callahan. Is he I think he's with the Bengals, if I'm not mistaken.
Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan.
Yeah.
All right. I can see that.
And a lot of people like him. He's been like another one of those, young up and comer kind of guys. And
I hate hearing the young up and comer because that means he might or might not be a really good head coach. Guess who else was a young up and comer? Todd Bowles. Yeah, okay. He's not a good coach. He's not a good coach.
Yeah, but it goes either way. I mean, a lot of the young up and coming guys have worked lately, and it's not. I'm not even talking like McVay. The head coach of the Vikings, whose name escapes me at this particular moment in time. Obviously Zach Taylor and the Bengals had incredibly good, fast success. The Mike McDaniel down in Miami with the Dolphins. Like a lot of the young up and coming guys are working, which is why everybody, because it's a copycat league, is trying to hire one.
I just hate that Brian Flores is going to the and is not a head coach. I hate it.
He looked at his choices and he's like, pass. He's like, I'll wait till better teams are available next year.
What does that say about our teams, Jeff?
Our teams are a joke. Colts are a joke. Cardinals are a joke. That's it. It's over. It's over. It's over. I don't know what happens next, but it won't be good. That's all I got to say. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, Keon. Tell us we are wrong. That this really does not speak well of the Colts or the Cardinals.
It doesn't. I mean, the whole handling of the Keim contract, the Cliff Kingsbury contract, Kyler's contract, like there's no team that's looking at that and going, do we actually think this owner is doing things that makes any sense? You know, and you can make a similar statement with the Colts and the Jeff Saturday stuff. I mean, like that as much as people thought that was a fun story, it's not a great look for people around the league for sure. You know, and the same with the way that they let Frank Reich go, and Frank Reich was trying to use Matt Ryan. It wasn't necessarily working, but he felt like that was his best option. And then Irsay says you can't use Matt Ryan. So then after he can't use Matt Ryan, then Irsay fires him and then hires Jeff Saturday and then actually continues to involve Jeff Saturday in this interview process. Like other people are looking at that and going, no.
I know you need to use all this as an example, but I don't like hearing it again. I really don't like. I feel like I have my nose rubbed in something.
It'll be the only time I mention it ever again.
Yeah, thank you. Because that.
Well, and then Jeff Saturday came in and used Matt Ryan as
I mean, it's just
all right. Berg says Callahan, ex-Raiders head coach, bad retread.
That wasn't Brian.
No, that was Bill Callahan.
Yeah.
A lot of nepotism in the NFL. I could see how you could be confused.
Mr. Wilbur says, I can hear the press conference now. Michael Bidwell gets up there and says, well, we're so proud and happy to have our fifth choice for our new head coach. Yeah, that's going to go over like a fart in church, isn't it? CK says, looks like Bidwell's going to be flying to Thailand to try to bring Cliff Kingsbury back, and Colts will be hiring Jeff Saturday.
Why?
I'll accept a lot of stuff, but not hiring Jeff Saturday. That I can't. I'll walk away from it.
I think you're fair to draw a line there.
Kiss the Cook says, you going to the Open on Wednesday? What are you guys, are you going to remote? The word has not come down from on high yet of what the plans are. So, you know, we'll let you know what happens. We'll also let you know what we try to get out of 888-368-1580. So
when we know, you will know.
Yeah. Hey, should we talk about the Pro Bowl stuff? Because did anybody watch any of the Pro Bowl stuff? Like,
I think
dodgeball any good? Or
dodgeball was dumb. But I will say the passing, the skills challenges, like the passing game thing, that was a lot of fun to watch.
They've been doing that forever. Yeah. 20 years.
So that was a lot of fun to watch. And I will say that the flag football game was okay.
Well, Tyreek Hill just forgot his name after he took a shoulder from who was that? Jalen Ramsey.
See, I still think that, okay, if you want to come and have these guys do like a skills challenge, okay, so bring the fastest guys out there, the wide receivers or whoever's the fastest. Let them run a sprint race. Let the quarterbacks throw some footballs, and then everybody just go to a banquet, okay? And we call it good. I mean, what's it? Myles Garrett from the Browns hurt his toe.
Yeah, remember when your toe used to be connected to your foot?
Now they're saying, okay, just a dislocated toe. He should be good. How do you know, really? I mean, how do you know, really?
Well, he could have done that in the backyard too, playing around with his buddies. I mean, if you have to compare a full contact or even a half contact football game in pads to some flag football, this is the safer choice. Even Christian McCaffrey was like, I was just glad as you get hit all season long. I was just glad I didn't get hit another game, playing in the Pro Bowl. So he was
rest my
happy.
case. CMC says it. I rest my case.
And a lot of the players were like, yeah, even Buda Baker was like, well, we got to do this. Let's keep this going. They like that. Josh Jacobs, not a fan. He's just like, this is stupid.
Exactly.
He literally said, he said, this bleep is stupid. Well, okay.
Yeah, it's for fans. Guys are out there.
You don't got to
playing.
go.
You know, kids show up, you autograph stuff. And then, the watching the game is to us adults not useful at all. If you're over the age of 12, this doesn't mean anything to you. But if you're 12, watching your favorite players play some flag football's pretty
More
fun.
fun is watching Eli and Peyton sniping at each other. And then Eli after it says, I am the greatest coach of all the Mannings. Okay.
He
They're
did
just
get paid.
goofing around. Like, they were
Well, Peyton did
100%.
get 100% actually angry though.
Well,
at
'cause
the
he's
end of the
Peyton.
game,
Yeah.
he's super competitive. But so it was nice to Eli have to rub his nose in it a little bit.
So, Keon, did you watch anything? Because I saw some of the it's almost like the slam dunk competition. They had the most amazing catch competition or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The wide receiver catch competition.
Yeah, they've got these foam pads and stuff, and guys go out there and quarterbacks will throw the ball and the receivers will try to, make the most insane catch, between their legs or, behind their back or something like that. That was pretty interesting. I can see that running its course eventually, the same way the slam dunk contest have.
How about Stephon Diggs, though, coming in there with like a mask? He had the cheerleaders that parted the way, jumped through some smoke, tried to catch, 2 footballs at the same time.
It seems pretty fun, and the guys are having a good time with it. And the league has been able to, I think, put on an event that's more of an event than a game. It should never have been a game because nobody wants to get hit on their off day. It's just, we're here to have fun, and you're telling me that some defensive back is going to smoke me in the backfield, or we could just do the silly dodgeball stuff. I'm okay with this.
Everyone's missing the most important part of all of this, and it's one word that I meant. It's always been this one word, but now it's even more this one word:
money.
Optional. I don't gotta watch it. I haven't watched a Pro Bowl since I was a kid. I first watched a Pro Bowl, and I'm like, hey, this ought to be good. These are the best players of the game playing against each other. This is going to be amazing. What did I do with the last 3 hours of my life? It was just pointless. And I, as a grown-up, I've never watched an actual Pro Bowl, period. Refused to do it. Any chance I got, I'd refuse to broadcast. I wouldn't have anything to do with the Pro Bowl. And so now this thing happens, and it feels even more optional. So if you like the kind of things like the skills challenge, go ahead and watch. If you don't. And hey, Josh Jacobs, if you don't like the Pro Bowl stuff and you think this bleep is stupid, it's optional.
They've
You
got
don't
an
gotta
alternate.
go. You don't got to go. It's no big deal. And even if you do go, how about you keep your mouth shut? Because I got a feeling you're getting some money for it. I think you're getting some money for it. So, you don't show up to somebody's party and say, this is stupid. You just keep your mouth shut.
The NFL just bankrolled your entire trip to Vegas, man. Like, you went to Vegas on the NFL's dime.
So whether you watched or played or did whatever, okay. So some people had some fun that wanted to have fun. And if you didn't want to have that fun, you didn't have to have the fun. There is nothing more optional than that weekend that just passed. Optional. And I like that. Feels good. We did delay airing the show about it till after the Clash race.
Which is even more optional, really.
Yes, all of it was optional. It's completely optional weekend. The Clash was optional. The Pro Bowl stuff, optional. Everything optional. But the Berg makes a very good point. Says the second grader here liked the Pro Bowl, but he didn't ask why they weren't tackling. Well, that's easy enough to explain. That's easy. It's no big deal. All right, let's go to the text line. A lot of people have a lot to say about the fact that Brian Flores, not an option. Chris the Cook says, the Cardinals organization sucks when a person's willing to take less money for another job of being the head coach, or rather than be the head coach of your organization. Yeah, thanks, Kiss the Cook. We kind of worked that out for ourselves. Yeah, we feel that. Everybody listening felt that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilbur says, and the new Cardinals head coach is player coach Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, I don't think he sees himself as a coach. He's a good guy.
Much
Smart
less
guy.
a player coach.
Great guy.
He's enjoying life.
Really
Leave that
hard
man
to do in
alone.
football.
Augie says, how about Jeff Saturday to the Cardinals and Cliff Kingsbury to the Colts?
Why not?
Randy and I will become instant fans of the Houston Texans for a year, or until this blows over. I think that's what we should do. If we don't like what happens, Randy, both you and I just become fans of a hapless team. Just for until it blows over. Not
all right, let's do it.
Rough Rob says, Dabo Sweeney up and over as new Cardinals head coach. At least he was a winning college coach. Baker's Cocky Hen says, if they pick Kafka, just expect Murray to be forced into a pocket quarterback who doesn't want to run. He'll regress under Kafka. Interesting. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for this hour. Well, hey, we got 2 more just like it coming up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Football fans, FanDuel has the perfect way for everyone to get in on the Super Bowl 57 action with a no sweat same game parlay. Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum, and that means everyone gets bonus bets back if your Super Bowl same game parlay doesn't hit. It doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or if you already have an account. Same game parlays let you combine all of your favorite bets for a chance at a bigger payday. So start building your own or just bet a popular same game parlay already made for you in America's #1 sportsbook. And if you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Steve1580 when you download the app. Either way, you'll get bonus bets back if your no sweat same game parlay doesn't hit. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Arizona, 3+ flags, minimum $1 bet required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
I never really thought about tools until I bought a house in the suburbs. It's like this weird homeowner test if I need a tool for a project and don't have it. And my neighbor Ted loves to give me that look when I ask to borrow a pole saw. A year ago, I didn't even know pole saws existed. And now I gotta borrow one from Ted? What is happening?
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems, in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, Radio Pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, the news just broke a little bit ago that Brian Flores ain't interested in being the Cardinals head coach. He's not interested in being the Colts head coach. He's not interested in being a head coach. He went on over and became, a wet dream for Donnie. That's right. He will be the defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. Fan-effing-tastic. It's not sexy, Randy. It's sad. It's sad, Randy.
Ooh.
It's not sexy. Sad.
Not sad for Donnie.
No, I don't care about Donnie. I don't care about his crotch. What I care about is the fact that the Cardinals, the Colts, are such bad teams, we can't even get a head coach out of a guy who now says, I'm going to go be a coordinator instead.
Okay, wait.
Your team's horrible. My team's horrible. What more do you need to know?
So maybe he doesn't want to be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Can I tell you something else? The Colts have a first-round pick. Who turns down a chance to be a head coach of a team that's about to get a first-round pick?
Brian Flores.
And
you're dead to me, Brian Flores.
Cardinals have a first-round pick too, number 3.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We both
Yeah.
could do whatever we want, but you don't need a quarterback. You got
Well,
the
let me-
little guy.
let-
I need
let
a
me-
quarterback.
Let me explain to you why this is pretty much I've come to this is the reason why Brian Flores is not going to be head coach of either one of our ball clubs. He's suing the hell out of them. He's suing the hell out of them.
He's suing the hell out of the Cardinals and the Colts.
Yeah, well, the Cardinals for sure. It's named in his
They're
lawsuit.
trying to offer the man a job.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's going to get more money by suing the hell out of him.
What are you coming here for the first? Or did they have 2 interviews? I knew there was supposed to be a second interview.
There was supposed to be a
There
second.
was supposed to be a second, but he
He showed up
suing
the
the
first
hell
one just to
out of
laugh at him.
That's what
Well, no.
he's suing the hell out of him.
I just think he met the owners of the teams, and he didn't like them.
Suing the hell out of him.
You know,
I'm sure that
okay.
doesn't help.
Well, it's not Brian Flores, it's Wilkes, but he's part of that whole thing. And I'll be honest with you, those guys got a point. They have a point. I don't think the Wilkes one is correct. I don't find Bidwell to be racist or racially motivated in any way. He's getting bad advice from a big drunk bald guy. So I can't say what happened with the Cardinals. It means, Bidwell's racist. But some stuff was not handled well. Wilkes probably needed some more time there. But outside of that, let's face it, man.
Brian Flores can't come to Phoenix and be the Cardinals head coach.
He could too. He could be a Colts head coach. What the hell stopped him from that?
Well, I don't. Are the Colts part of that lawsuit? I don't
Well,
know.
I think the suit is against the NFL and then also the specific team. So
not a
So
good look having
specific-
Jeff Saturday toss the keys so they could fire Reich. A lot of people were like, "What?" You know?
Well, you were the one that said the reason they did that they were tanking.
No,
And
still
they-
not a good look.
You know, they accomplished job one. And
No,
that
I
was get a-
appreciated that because we need
Yeah,
a quarterback.
well,
but
then
at what
Jeff Saturday
cost?
should be your hero.
No, hold on
because
now,
he
hold on,
accomplished
hold
their
on.
tanking.
Now, a lot of African American coaches have an absolute point. You threw the keys over to a guy who's never coached anything but a high school football team to an iffy record. While there were some potential black head coaches who could have stepped in the interim and done probably a much better job. So that's
So who
a
could have
fair
stepped in
compliment.
the interim for the
I'm
Colts?
sure we could come up in a very short order with a list of guys who are running around resumes and stuff,
or just
I'm
on
sure-
that staff, which is usually what happens.
True, also on the staff. So Flores and Wilkes probably do have a point that I can't get too involved in that conversation. We've had that conversation. All I'm looking at is here we are now, Cardinals, Colts, head coachless. Boy, I thought to tell you, Keon's sitting there kind of with a little grin, like I got Ron Rivera.
Who's in a lame duck year already. Look, I have bigger fish to fry. The owner is being forced out of the league, and that is my personal joy, and no one can take it from me.
What's it like
So
to have
what
a
about-
competent coach? It's been so long.
So what? So I don't know these people that Mr. Bidwell is interviewing.
Well,
This
he's got
Kafka
right
guy.
now, Kafka
Yeah,
and
Kafka,
Lou
he's the
Anamaru.
So the Kafka is the OC for the Gigantes. Is that correct? The Giants.
Yes.
Yeah. And this he's somehow tied with the
Phenomena.
Bengals.
Yeah, he's their defensive.
Me.
Phenomena.
Lou Anarumo. He is the defensive coordinator of the Cincinnati Bengals.
I got a better. Let's call
I'm
him,
just.
can we call him Lou Ferrigno? Let's call him Lou Ferrigno.
I'm just ripping off my pointed head here.
Mhm.
What is Byron Leftwich doing these days?
Well, he's still working for the Chiefs, who are in the Super Bowl.
No, Byron Leftwich.
No, that's Eric Bieniemy. Oh, Byron Leftwich.
Leftwich is unemployed.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that has a resume. I think.
Yeah, he got canned.
He's got some Cardinal experience history, does he not? Byron Leftwich.
Why is Leftwich a bad idea, Keon?
I don't think he's a bad idea.
Why is he a good idea, Keon?
I think he's a good idea because I think he's one of those guys that has play calling experience where, some of these guys that make the switch from offensive coordinator to head coach, they don't necessarily have the play calling abilities. They design the offense, but then on game day, the head coach is maybe making all of the play calls.
And his offense is kind of designed after old cousin Bruce there, Bruce Arians. He brought him under his wing, kind of groomed him, got him ready. And we all know that Bruce Arians likes to go downfield. He likes to go horizontal. He likes to go down the damn field.
Then you mean vertical. Horizontal means that they're getting down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait, that's Kingsbury goes vertical. Or no,
No, he goes
horizontal.
Yeah.
He
He
likes to
goes
go
to
vertical.
Thailand.
He likes to go vertical down the field.
Well,
And also, what about Eric Bieniemy? Why not? bring
He
in-
tried to choke a lady or something. Or what was it? What was the thing you did? You did some
This was
sort of a
long
thing.
time ago.
Yeah,
and
he
since-
tried to choke a lady in a parking lot.
but that was a long time ago, guys.
I don't like to.
Yeah,
you know what?
I think you can
Has
still.
he not? He's paid his
I
his
think you
debt,
can-
has he not?
I
You know,
think
I
you can
say
still bring it up.
forgive and F off. That's what I say.
Huh?
All right, we'll
But-
forgive, but F
but
off. Have,
even crappier people have gotten chances. So if you're
So
going to
you
draw the
mean
line,
if
it'd be
you
enemy.
can have the enemy.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Bieniemy is reformed at all. It doesn't appear as though he's been in trouble since then.
I'd rather my team keep losing than have a guy that's kind of iffy like that.
I understand that, and I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong. I'm just simply saying if you want to just go from the football perspective, you're gonna have to
Which is
wait
all
until
I was trying to do.
after the Super Bowl.
Didn't want Deshaun Watson. Didn't want.
For me,
don't
I
want
think
Deshaun Watson
the more
either.
the thing with Deshaun that makes him different there is just that like it's very fresh and he does not appear to be sorry. So I think with Bieniemy, that's your call on whether or not that's something that you can get past even with the amount of time that's passed or not. But from a football perspective, I think you're gonna have to wait until the Chiefs are done with the Super Bowl because that's where his focus is. So you haven't been able to interview him. You can have him on the list, but there's nothing you can do until after the big game.
888-368-1580. And let's see here. Berg says the best thing to happen to the Arizona Cardinals is the future Super Bowl champions are practicing at their facility right now in Tempe. Can you tamper? I think you can tamper. You can
The
go over there and
Eagles?
talk to these guys. You have to ask permission and stuff like that. You have to
Is he
ask
talking
permission.
about the Eagles? Is
Yeah,
Berg
talking about
rooting
the
for
Eagles, Eagles and the Chiefs. What he's saying is the best thing that's happened is you have easy access to both of those staffs, both of the coordinators' staffs, and all anybody you'd want to talk to from the Eagles and the Chiefs. Pretty easy. You just meet them at Starbucks.
Well,
Boom.
I didn't think that both teams were. I thought it was just the Eagles were at the Cardinals training facility.
Well, okay. So wherever the Eagles are, wherever the Chiefs are, they're going to be in town. That's the point. They're going
Well,
to
I
be in
understand.
town.
I still say Bieniemy is worth at least a look until you find out if this guy is. Why? I mean, other than that one incident, I mean, what has he been?
He's all yours, Randy. He's all yours. I mean, I'm just saying. That was a very troubling thing, and I think that was one of the things that have kept him from getting a head coaching job earlier on, because it's been for what's it been, Keon, 3 to 5 years. We were like, why is Bieniemy not a head coach?
Yeah,
and I think that cloud has hung over him on that.
Which is weird because they have signed crappier human beings to play football, and then honestly, Gruden to coach football. Like it's not.
You didn't know what Gruden was until after he was.
There's no
paid
way you're
$100
sending
million
all of those emails to an executive and like you just
All right.
don't. You just don't
So,
talk like that.
I mean, the public didn't know, but I hear you.
But
I
yeah,
hear
the
you. You're right.
people in the NFL were like just shocked that John Gruden could talk like this. I find that very difficult to believe. I just think that like that lots of guys in the NFL have baggage, and it doesn't seem to stop them from being
I can
acquired
move
by
past
teams.
DUIs. I can move past
Um,
some things, but hurting a woman, I don't know that I've got a statute of limitations on not wanting you near my, my team when that happens. I'm just saying, does everybody deserve to be forgiven? Sure. Does everybody have things they wish they have not done or said in their past? Absolutely, every single person. But that one just doesn't. It's just me. Don't worry about it. Whatever works for you guys. But I just hope he doesn't end up on the Colts. That's all. That's it. That's all. I mean, there's nothing more to this than just. I don't want to be looking at that coach going, I just don't feel good. Doesn't feel good.
No, I 100% understand. That's absolutely, I think, a personal your call to make on that. Like not to derail the conversation further. So I'll just say to the other point about the guys that are in town. Yes, they're in town, but if the teams don't give them permission to talk, you're not talking to them.
Yeah, you can't tamper. Fighting Wampa says, I don't think the Cardinals and Colts need a head coach. I think both teams should just set up a TV screen, a PlayStation, and the newest Madden, and put that on simulation whenever they play. And that's what they play on. You play whatever. Oh, no, here's what he's saying. You have it on the sideline and whatever the coach in Madden says, do that play. So basically, the video game will tell you which plays to play. It's an interesting idea, Fighting Wump. I'm not going to say you're wrong. Stockton Slap says, you know, the organization you root for sucks when the organization you root for is the Colts or the Cardinals. It's just not necessary.
It's
Stockton
just very,
Slap.
very
It's
mean.
it's
For
not
no
necessary.
Or
We've already acknowledged that.
or your team.
Yeah, your face.
What
I don't
was
know
your
what his
team?
team is. Stockton. I'm thinking Raiders.
Boy,
Or
I hope not.
Rams.
I like the Raiders. I don't like their coach right now, but I like the Raiders.
Rough Rob, since Radio Row is here this week, will Radio Ron okay an arm wrestling match between Jacobs and Helly versus Jim Rome to see who gets that mid-morning slot? Well, nobody's. What are you talking about? You mean no? What you talking about on Radio Row? Jim Rome's got his own area, and Dale's going to be on Radio Row. Talking to some people. I think he's got not Kevin. He's got Kurt Warner. I think tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? At like 8:30 in the morning, Kurt Warner is going to be on with the morning show. I don't think they need to fight for the spot, Rough Rob. I think everybody can get their own space. I wasn't interested.
I just wonder if when Helly starts, when he sees Kurt, if he just like instinctively bends over like a center and tries to hike the ball to him.
Yeah. And the microphone is between my legs, so you have to get down there like you're under center. I'm a long snapper, so I got a boom mic.
Yeah.
Which is not going to be a weird picture, a big boom mic coming out between his keister right at Kurt Warner. Kurt's going to be like, I got a phone call. I got to go. Baker's Cocky Hen says Dolphins made the playoffs with their third string quarterback the year after Flores got let go. So, just saying. Oh, so I don't know that we ever thought that it was Brian Flores' fault as a coach. It was more a thing where he didn't want Tua. He didn't want Tua, right? And so he got stuck with him. So he was never quite in the right headspace. But that is also a good point, Yeah,
that if
Dolphins
Brian
made
Flores,
the playoffs as soon as that dude was gone.
if Brian Flores feels like he's saddled with the quarterback, maybe he's not the best option.
He's also a defensive guy too, so I don't know what he was grumbling about. Good point, Baker's Cocky Hens. Good point. That maybe you dodged a bullet on this one. CK says free Buddha. Where do you get a free Buddha? Is there a place that sells Buddhas that suddenly has a sale? I mean, what are you talking about, CK? It's Patrick says, I've shared with you guys. No good coaches or GM wants to be associated with the Cardinals team organization or the players and staff. And again, I got all these obvious things being said to us right now. Scratch Me Because says, just give Keon Rose the Cardinals job already. May as well.
I mean, I do not want it, but
I've been playing a lot of Madden lately, so I think I can do it. Big George says, yeah, what's wrong with Eric Bieniemy? He's the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. The Chiefs! Yeah, you say. Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey, the Colts just need to be bad a few more seasons, and they might get Arch Manning. Well, I'll tell you what, if we end up with a bad coach, whether I want that or not, it's probably going to happen.
Did anybody see Peyton's kid at the Pro Bowl throwing some passes around?
No. How old is his kid?
He's 11.
Yeah.
He looked
He's
amazing. Yeah,
Singing?
no, he was ripping it.
He must not be taught by Peyton himself.
I mean, he was ripping it. I was like,
Damn.
is that kid 11? Yeah, no, he's 11, and he was just slinging it everywhere.
If it was wobbling in the sky, you're like, oh, that's Peyton's kid.
Well,
right
no,
there.
Colts, like prime Colts Peyton.
I know I was there. Keon.
Yeah.
It's a joke about his passes later in life. Berg says Eagles at Cardinals facility and the losing Chiefs at the ASU facility. Oh, look at Berg. He just calls a shot. So he thinks the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. And he says, yeah, Eric sleeping with the enemy. Okay. That should be your football team name for fantasy football next year. Again, got to have permission. And, that's the last thing that you want everybody thinking about. Hefty Lefty says Kevin and Bean on the morning show. What a throwback. Well, what? No, Kevin Harlan. We might get Kevin Harlan on the show. I don't know. We might not. It depends on the timing. That's all. Kevin Harlan. If we do get Kevin Harlan to be on this show, I'm going to talk to him, the entire team, like Kevin Harlan. Hey, Kevin
And he-
Harlan, welcome to the Daily Blender.
And
You're
he'll
like,
probably
"Hey."
love that. Yeah.
He might not even notice it. You're like, I love this guy.
You're okay with me.
I can't put my finger on it.
It's Patrick says, hence why they don't have a good coach. Good coaches are shying away from this organization. Short and simple.
I mean, it's easy to say that. You don't know. Are you in the talks? Are you in the the interviews? It's easy to say standing out here, in front of your TV or your computer or your smartphone. I mean, it might look that way, but it's easy to say that nobody wants to come to Arizona and or Indianapolis. It's easy to say that, but you don't
didn't
know.
get Sean Payton. We didn't get Flores.
We don't want Sean Payton. We don't want Flores.
DeMarco Ryans or whatever.
Well, I mean, hey, listen. My point is, when it's time, the right head coach will end up here, and I for one will support him.
And to Randy's
you
point,
for one will have no point.
You know,
No
two
choice.
years ago, nobody wanted that Eagles job. I mean, it looked absolutely volatile. They won 4 games that year, and so they promoted Nick Sirianni from in-house. Here we are. They're in the damn Super Bowl. So all of these coaches, just because they don't want to be on your team, doesn't exactly mean that they know.
I just
what they're talking
don't want Vance Joseph to end up as the head coach.
I doubt that is going to happen.
Guess
Well,
what?
it
You
looks
might
like it's
get
going
Arch
that way.
Manning.
It's trending that way, isn't it?
Fish Tank says Flores gets a bad rap for how he handled Tua, but I will say our defense was way better with him. I think he should just stay at DC, and maybe the Vikings will get out of the first round of the playoffs. Maybe not get shredded, by the myth, the legend of Danny Dimes. Good point. And Fish Tank was there for the Dolphins, so he should know.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Him says Bieniemy could get the Colts job if he just went in with some hookers and blow and started choking ladies right there in front of Irsay. I don't think Irsay is a woman abuser. All of the rest, maybe.
Yeah, the drugs, absolutely. Yeah. He's right there. Everything else, probably not so much.
Sad, just sad day for my Colts and your Cardinals, Randy. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Not going to the Super Bowl? We didn't think so. You can go to the best Super Bowl party ever. It's the Players Tailgate with host Chef Bobby Flay. Hang out with over 60 active NFL players and feast from over 10 celebrity chefs you see on TV. The Players Tailgate is rated the #1 event to attend 7 years in a row on Super Bowl Sunday, and you can get discounted tickets. Just go to the Fanatic website and click the link to save $75. Get to 1580thefanatic.com for all the details and save $75.
As a Walgreens pharmacist, I talk with people all the time about little tips and tricks for filling their Medicare prescriptions, like taking advantage of Walgreens 90-day refills to save them a trip, or using Refill by Scan, which is super easy and right on your phone. And for anybody worried about prescription costs, I say, hey, we got you with low-cost copays on many medications.
Let's talk about making things easier. Walgreens is here. Fill your way and save at walgreens.com/Medicare. See pharmacists for restrictions and exclusions.
We are ready to duel in the desert.
Is there anything better than the sound of 3 races breathing life into a new NASCAR season? What about if it's at a state-of-the-art facility with stunning views of the Estrella Mountains and a famous, only one of its kind hillside? Well, then you must be talking about Phoenix Raceway. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 10th through the 12th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
The new year is here. Time for a change. Start a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand IT field with My Computer Career. In just months, already in IT, build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus, and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck? Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Shane Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and looking ahead on Sunday, we got a whole day of Super Bowl fun for you. It starts at noon. We got the Super Bowl preview with Scott Graham, Mike Golick, and Kurt Warner. Then we got the Super Bowl Insider at 1 p.m. with Scott Graham, Jason McCourty, and Ian Rappaport. Then the pregame show is at 2 p.m. And then the pre-pregame show is at 3 p.m. with the actual kickoff somewhere around, 4:30 p.m., somewhere around there, give or take. So that is the schedule all day long here on 1580 Fanatic on Sunday. You got the Super Bowl, baby. That's right. It's going to be a great day. Now, here's the thing. Now, what time do you start your Super Bowl fun? Do you turn the TV on right at kickoff? Do you turn it on like an hour before? Do you enjoy the entire day of Super Bowl coverage? How do you do at your house, Randy?
I don't really get to towards the unless I'm have some sort of a gathering, which I don't this year. It's just going to be me and Miss Kim and our son and granddaughter. So probably closer to the game. Probably won't get all the setup and all that, but probably closer to the game.
How about you, Keon?
Yeah, I like the background noise. So I pretty much, as soon as I wake up, it's just sort of on in the background all day. Just makes me feel like the whole day is a Super Bowl day.
Yeah. I depends on what's happening, but yes, I'll probably have the TV on immediately when I wake up. Here's my Super Bowl Sunday plan. Bacon. I'm making bacon in the morning, and then we'll have the breakfast, and we'll have the TV on, and probably have Rich Eisen and people up there talking about whatever. And then a little bit later, we'll change it to the other channel that who's got it? By the way, who has the Super Bowl? Is it Fox or CBS this year? I forgot.
Fox.
Fox?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll be listening to those guys. I love those guys. They're my favorite show. The Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, Jimmy Johnson, and I love those guys. So, are we sure it's on the Fox? Because I don't be sitting there.
It is on the Fox.
Okay, because I don't want to be sitting there watching like infomercials, going, "What the hell, man?" So it's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great day. I'm trying not to think about the sadness that follows. The footballless sadness that follows.
I've already just started over watching college basketball to fill that void in my life, so that when the football is done, I'm into college hoops. That's quick transitions. I don't have to think about it.
And as I mentioned, we were watching some NBA of teams we don't even give a crap about yesterday. Like, it's because it's very quiet in our house Sunday. It was very quiet. It was like a church mouse or something. They're like, You want to go to church? No, I don't. So, it's just very peaceful and quiet. And you can handle that for about one day, the peaceful quietness thing. And you're like, oh, something's got to happen. And the Jet says, hey, gentlemen, happy Monday. Welcome back, Jeffrey. Hey, Jeffrey, can you have Randy pour me a beer? Well, see, that's not how it works, Jet. You just ask Randy, or are you just not talking to Randy? Is that a thing where you're like, I am not speaking to Randy? So I have to be the in-between now?
No, did I irritate the Jet?
I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I didn't mean to.
Instead of asking you directly, he asked me to ask you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Jet. I'm easy to talk to. I've had my shots. I'm on a leash. I'm housebroken. Let me give you another one.
I just saw a new texter here that you guys probably know. He's a morning show new texter, and now he has shown up here on this show. He says, my name is Lung Butter. What the hell is lung butter?
Lung butter.
Sounds unhealthy though. Whatever it is.
I think that's what that thick stuff that you cough up when you got the the head cold or the chest congestion going on.
Yeah.
That thick brown stuff, that's lung butter.
It sounds like a line out of Cuckoo Cachoo. I am the walrus a little bit there. But
Boy, that's reaching back, Jeff.
Oh, I know, but it's true.
Cuckoo Cachoo.
Got a little lung butter. Yeah, I don't know.
I am you and you are me and lung butter.
What the hell is lung butter? Anyway, Lung Butter texts in, says, Mrs. Lung Butter and I plan to make it a full day of prepping and grilling and libations. Then the dread of no football sets in. I think it's going to be repeated over a lot of households, lots of households. The Jet says, I accept your apology, Randy. We are now best buddies.
What the hell happened? Can I know what happened?
Good
What
question.
happened
No idea.
with the Jet?
Yeah. Well, okay, Jet. Are you sure you want to know? A lot of times when these things happen, I'm just glad not to.
Well, I mean,
Personally.
I did not know I offended the Jet. Please do reveal how I offended you.
I've just been offended. 2-minute penalty for Hamilton Porter. Please blow the whistle and throw the flag.
All right.
He texts this in. Hey guys, don't be sad. We still have the USFL and XFL coming.
Oh,
2-minute penalty. No more reading text from Hamilton Porter
that's
for
2 minutes, not a 5-minute major.
I'm gonna be cool about it. 2 minutes.
All right.
And maybe that'll serve as a good warning to him on that.
2-minute minor.
Yep, 2-minute minor. So, all right. So Sean Payton's got himself a 5-year contract. They say it's in the neighborhood of 18 million and whatever other considerations he may have. But he's really good. See, that's the one. You know what I'm saying? That was the one. That's the one you should be lamenting more than Flores. I mean, to me, I'm looking forward to seeing what D'Amico Ryans does with that team in Houston. But good Lord, Sean Payton. He's getting all the money now, isn't he?
Well, he's getting it because he built up all the hype, you know, and he was a known coach on a team that had a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he's known as a quote unquote quarterback guy.
Hey,
and now he's going to fix the $256 million man in Russ Wilson and try to make him a quarterback. And he's got a team. And listen, Sean Payton's not stupid. He's got a team that is right there on the cusp, I think, of being a really good football team.
So immediately he shows up and is like, "Hi, I'm Sean Payton." Smiles. All right, let's get to work. All right, Russ, no more of this crap with your personal TB12 team hanging around. Your little team out the door. It's bad enough they gave you an office. Okay, the other players are pissed. Your team gone. Guess what? Didn't work. So we're going to do stuff with our people and our players and our stuff. So, Russ, you're either in or you're out because your team is out. Bye now.
Did he really do that?
He just did.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my
he
gosh,
didn't say it directly to Russ. Someone in the media asked him, well, Russ has all of these coaches and people that come in for him. And he goes, yeah, I've never seen that happen in any other organization before. That's not happening.
This is foreign to me is what he said.
Yeah.
This is foreign to me.
And then he said, that's not happening here.
Yep.
So that's about as solid as the foot hitting the ground as that's going to get.
So, Bill Belichick, he put the foot into the rear end of the TB12 guy, and that caused quite the stir. Sean Payton just cleared house of every assistant and every personal trainer that Russ was giving little pass cards to get in the Broncos organization's headquarters. So no more of that nonsense. Don't tell me Sean Payton is not the man.
Also, Nathaniel Hackett should never be a head coach again.
No,
if you are sitting by and watching that happen, and you can't understand why your team's not happy with your quarterback, get out. Just unbelievable to me.
No matter what happens with Russell Wilson going forward, Sean Payton just earned the respect and love of everyone on the Broncos team, saying, "Finally, good God." So there you go. Dodge Danny says, for me, no football means it's time for Dodger baseball. Shut up, Donnie. Donnie, shut up. We're not even, we're not that far, but we're not that close to spring training. Don't want to hear about it. And I especially don't want to hear about Dodger baseball. I don't want to hear about any baseball because the Diamondbacks are going to be bad too. I don't want to hear it. No.
Well,
we're talking basketball.
On that.
Okay. Don't give me hope, Randy.
On that, we have a lot of young guys and our pitching staff.
We have a lot of young guys.
Our pitching staff is not really that bad.
Don't give me hope. And then, next thing it's like, hey, these new guys that we like, they're gone.
We have a handful of young guys that is on this team that could help us in our lineup. And our pitching staff is not that bad.
Handful. You could wish in one hand and crap in the other and see which one gets filled first.
Yeah, my dad said it to me too.
The great Burgess Meredith in Grumpy Old Men 2.
I'm just saying, we're not going to contend for the ML. We're not going to contend for the NL West. There's too many. The Giants are a player this year. San Diego is up there, and of course the Dodgers will be up there. But I am saying, it's not as bleak as it was last season.
Mm-hmm.
If all those CPAs in the front damn office actually leave and go away, and we let some baseball actually happen.
Just not feeling it. It's like you just saying that to me, saying, "Oh, it's not as bleak as last season." You're like, it's not as cold as last season. Well, it's 33 degrees. Last season was 32 degrees. Sure feels the same to me.
I get what you're saying. Just try to stay with me, Jeffco.
Fish Tank says somehow Mrs. Lung Butter actually sounds worse than just lung butter. Yeah. Beer Bob says, I was right there with you, Jeffrey. It was boring with no football yesterday. Can't wait for baseball season to start up again. I was so bored watching bowling and golf. Yeah, that's all. You know what? Those are things you fall asleep watching. You know, I don't fall asleep watching baseball. I'll be honest. That's not boring to me. But bowling and golf, you're like, and both sports have guys that talk like that.
Is that the way they talk? Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
Hello, friends.
Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, are you like me in this respect? I don't have any skin in the big game, but I'm looking forward to a good game. In anticipation, I went ahead and took Monday off. All right. Well, here's the thing. You said exactly what I said to my wife. They were driving around the road and she's like, well, who do you think's going to win? And I'll save who I think is really going to win for later, I guess. But I said, they're the exact same team. They're the exact same team on stats and on record and on this, except for there's a little nuances. Yes. But holy crap, they're very much the same ish. I mean, I know that Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes aren't the same. I know that the tight end for the Eagles ain't the same as the tight end for the Chiefs. But I'm just saying, if you stand back and you close one eye and cross the other, they look very similar.
If you're just going to look at production.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're both capable of exactly the same thing. One of the things that keeps flying around in my mind is Jalen Hurts, when he is healthy and on that team, they are 13-1 this season. And guess who's not all that healthy, at least at the moment? Patrick Mahomes. That is the one thing that makes me like my instinct. I'll be honest. My instinct right now is to pick the Eagles. That is my first thought process. I'm like, I feel like it's going to be the Eagles. But man, you can't throw out the Patrick Mahomes factor in any of this. Jalen Hurts statistically is going to get you a win. Patrick Mahomes is going to will it into existence. This is going to be, I hope, a really great game. And I hope it's a shootout because that makes for a more enjoyable game. But yeah, I got no skin in this. I honestly don't care who wins. I got to pick somebody. But outside of that, I just want it to be a very good game.
Chiefs defense are 8th. They ranked 8th against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, that's against a typical run. When you get Jalen Hurts running, it's not a typical run.
Well, yes. I will say though, they're ranked 8th, at least what the website I'm looking at, which is Team Rankings. They've got them ranked 8th against the run.
Okay.
I have a feeling Kansas City is going to win this Super Bowl.
You've got Miles Sanders who can pound it. You got Jalen Hurts who can go around it. It's not a typical running situation that Chiefs defense is looking at. And Jalen Hurts is still pretty damn good as a quarterback.
And that's not even counting Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell. Like they use all of their running backs, including Jalen Hurts. You know, just they have. It's so weird watching them because they have. It seems like they only have a handful of formations that they line up in, and then they run a billion things out of each of them. You don't know what each look is actually going to give you, and all of those guys running the football are involved. It's scary stuff.
All right, so let me give you. I think I can figure out how to explain where I'm coming from. My brain is telling me the Eagles will win. My subconscious is saying, yeah, not so fast on that. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Are you sure you want to go that way? So I'm in total conflict right now. How about you, Randy? Where are you? You're saying you feel like it's going to be the Chiefs for sure.
I feel like it's the Chiefs because what is Philadelphia done this season? They've run the football effectively. If you shut down the run game, what kind of a pass game do they have? And I don't think it's a top tier passing game. Now, I'm not saying Jalen Hurts can't pass the football, and I'm not saying they don't have some quality, wide receivers. But if you're ranking two teams as far as passing the football and creativity, I would have to go with Kansas City.
Well, if you're going to give me the stats against the run, then I need you to give me the stats against passing. How is the secondary for the Chiefs against the passing game? Because being good against the run is fine, but I mean, if Jalen Hurts can just chuck a ball here and there, he could hurt you.
Well, there is Kansas City is middle of the pack, ranked 19th against the pass.
So that's where Jalen Hurts can go to work if you're going to close off his running game.
But
again,
who does he have?
You got two runners, not just one. So
who does Jalen Hurts have to throw to?
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And you think that Andy Reid is not aware of that?
You can be aware of it all you
want,
but
if your secondary stinks, and theirs does.
Well, I understand their secondary stinks, but you think he won't have a game plan to combat that?
He's got a lot to combat between the running game and the passing
game. And then you talk about Kansas City and their creativity. You talk about Patrick Mahomes can create on the fly.
Yeah.
It could be a run. It could be a pass. It could be a pass run. It could be a pitch out. You don't know how. I mean, how many times have we seen Patty Mahomes underhand the ball to somebody to try to make the play go on?
No, nobody's disagreeing with you.
I haven't seen Jalen Hurts do that this season. I'm just saying.
He hasn't had to. He runs away.
I'm just saying. I think Kansas City has the edge. Now, I haven't put my picks in yet.
Good arguments.
And I think it's going to be a fun and exciting Super Bowl. But I've got to give the edge right now to Kansas City.
All right. So Keon, you've heard me bloviate, and you've heard Randy bloviate. What is your bloviation?
I mean, I'm incredibly conflicted, and I'm not, and I also am going to try and hang on to my pick. I'm not going to give away where I'm leaning yet, but I just think that I agree with you that these two teams come across as very similar. I think where Randy's talking about the creativity that Patrick Mahomes has as a passer, I give Jalen that same creativity as a runner. The way that he's able to get away from people and understand angles and understand speed, and he stiff arms people like he's a running back. I mean, he just knows how to do that. That's stuff that you don't see Pat Mahomes do. And I think they're both quarterbacks that are just perfect fits for their offense. And as creative as Andy Reid is and can be, got to remember, Nick Sirianni was there in Kansas City with Andy Reid, and he got fired. So
chip on the shoulder
so this is the chips on the shoulder, but also he learned a thing or two from Andy. It's not like, he just is some guy. He is an incredibly intelligent play caller and a very creative guy in his own right, which makes this a very difficult game to pick, because I think the Eagles are not necessarily great in their secondary either, if I recall correctly. So they're both going to have trouble against the pass, and both teams have weapons to take each other out.
Going to be, I think, a high-scoring affair. Swave Dave says, great talk, but who's calling in Monday? Not it. Wait, no, it. No, damn it.
Not it.
I'm not working. I don't know. Let's be honest. More likely me than anyone. Maybe no one. Who knows? Guess we're going to have to find out, Swave Dave. It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Football fans, FanDuel has a perfect way for everyone to get in on Super Bowl 57 action with a no-sweat same-game parlay. That means everyone gets bonus bets back if your Super Bowl same-game parlay doesn't hit. Doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. So start building your own, or just bet a popular same-game parlay already made for you in America's #1 sports book. New to FanDuel, sign up with promo code DALE1580 when you download the app. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the National Football League. You must be 21 or older and present in Arizona. 3+ legs, minimum $1 bet required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
As a Walgreens pharmacist, I talk with people all the time about little tips and tricks for filling their Medicare prescriptions, like taking advantage of Walgreens 90-day refills to save them a trip, or using Refill by Scan, which is super easy and right on your phone. And for anybody worried about prescription costs, I say, hey, we got you. with low-cost copays on many medications.
Let's talk about making things easier. Walgreens is here. Fill your way and save at walgreens.com/Medicare. See pharmacists for restrictions and exclusions.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears radio show, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. I am here today to make the statement that just because we're in a bear market does not mean that you have to be losing money. Just like Michael Burry and Warren Buffett, bear markets should be where real generational wealth is created. But most will follow the same broken strategy that lost them in the last bear market. We are inviting you to come to an intensive 3-day trading and investing class where we will show you the trading and investing strategies of the market wizards. This class is typically $299, but right now, for 66% off, you can join us in this class. Just call 8448-TRADER. That's 8448-87-2337 and tell the operator you want the $99 3-day class, or text $99 to 25029. That's $99 to 25029.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
It went in. The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best. Tee it up at the 2023 WM Phoenix Open presented by Taylor Morrison. February 6th through the 12th at TPC Scottsdale. Get full tournament information at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
That's WMPhoenix.com.
1580, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Beer Bob says, Jeffrey, you know spring training starts in less than 3 weeks, right? We're not that far away from it. I don't like how the calendar works because it just became February in my brain like 2 seconds ago. So now I thought, well, I got a month and a half. And then now all of a sudden, here we are. Okay, so 3 weeks from now, spring training. So my brain doesn't even start thinking about baseball, to be honest, till opening day. You know, I mean, yeah, sure, they turn their heads, they cough, they do their thing.
Well,
yeah.
Pitchers and catchers report next week, February 13th.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's not my imagination, right? Randy sounded weird there. Or is that me?
No, Randy sounded a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Pitchers and catchers report next week.
Sounds like it almost sounds like you're talking through a fan.
February 13th.
Thank you, Max Hedrum. 888-368-1580. Hamilton Porter says for Randy, Shohei Ohtani is only playing one spring training game, so he won't have to hear. You won't have to hear about him that much for a few months.
You guys think I hate Shohei Ohtani?
You know,
he still doing that.
It doesn't help it doesn't help the cause when you do that. When you talk like that. Well, I don't think anybody thinks you hate Shohei Ohtani. You just kind of hate hearing about him over and over again from the sports writers who just talk about him like he's the second coming of everything.
Well, I think there's a lot of ball players. I don't think I don't appreciate the fact that the MLB writers and journalists focusing on one person or another. I think you need to look at the whole field, and I think it's unfair when you focus in on one person. Like in the NBA, the NBA people do the same thing with Luka Doncic. For the last 3 seasons, I've heard. The early season MVP favorite is Luka Doncic. And then what happens? He flames out during the season and he's not there. It's the same thing with Shohei Ohtani or, hockey players, the same thing. I mean, I just wish they would look at the entire picture rather than just picking a darling of the media.
Well, I don't think they're just picking a darling of the media. They're looking at a guy who can do more than one thing in a position that generally doesn't. And I think that just adds a little bit more to fuel to their darling fire. So, but no, Randy White does not hate Shohei Ohtani. Right?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I appreciate his talents. Yeah, I appreciate that he plays the game of baseball.
The Jet says it's super crazy to think that the Eagles and the Chiefs have the same record, scored the same exact points this year. I'm just hoping for a good game. You care less who wins. On the bright side, after football is over, we're going to have Devin Booker back, and the Suns could make a run. Then we'll also have spring training going on. Sucks losing football, but hey, we got some stuff to look forward to. Absolutely right, Jet. You're absolutely right. Big George says, according to the Berg, the Super Bowl score has been predetermined with the Eagles winning by 3 points.
I don't believe in these conspiracy theories, but Berg does. How did this joke start? Where did that even come from? Where they said, "Oh, see, it's been proven. It's all a scam. It's all predetermined, like wrestling. The NFL is rigged." Where did that come from? Was this while I was gone or something?
No, I don't think it was while you were gone. I don't know where it came from myself, but you hear that kind of stuff every year. And, the person who puts it out there that says, oh, the Super Bowl is fixed and the score has been predetermined. And well, what's the score? And I bet you're wrong.
Quiet Cannon says, I think the Chiefs were a little lucky. Yeah, a little bit lucky beating the Bengals. They got a couple good breaks, but look how surprisingly good the Chiefs defense was. They designed a game plan that sacked the Bengals quarterback 5 times. When was the last time that happened? Just saying. To the Bengals weeks ago. I mean,
all the time.
They are constantly sacking that poor kid.
And that Chiefs defensive line is not a joke.
Well, and Philadelphia's had their share of challenges too. I mean, I remember the game against the Cardinals. The Eagles wouldn't have won if it wasn't for a last minute missed field goal by the Cardinals.
The Jet says, I read the same article Berg did. They had to score 37-34, Eagles winning. Okay, can I tell you what? This doesn't make sense because I don't know why that score showed up in any kind of story, but now that it's out, you can't have the final score be that, can you? But if the score is suddenly 42-23, now you're gonna be like, oh, I guess it's not rigged after all. Or are you gonna say, oh
no, because they never double. They always double down.
See, just saying, it's not rigged, people. Dodger Danny says he will win. Shohei Ohtani goes to the Dodgers.
No.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. So
yeah, no. No.
Fish Tank says Arian Foster said it's all scripted in a podcast and said he knew exactly what was going to happen in every game. Arian Foster just trying to start stuff, or is that another Kyrie Irving situation?
Arian Foster used to be, well, he is a very smart guy, but he is also, over the years, he has been sort of going into that Kyrie Irving conspiracy theory space.
Plus T plus E?
I sure hope not, because I always thought that dude was cool. But yeah, he's been saying
he's
some
got a
kooky
little
stuff
lung butter.
lately.
He might have lung butter. I don't know.
It's possible. It's possible.
Lung butter. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I think it might have something to do with the Madden game, doing the computer play the game, then they give out the score and all that on EA Sports. Yeah, you know what? Hold on a second. I got that.
But that's been wrong many times.
Oh yeah. It's not always right.
Yeah. And I think it does a decent job simulating some stuff, but it's still a video game.
Okay. Yes, the simulation. Here's what the simulation said: Chiefs 31, Eagles 17. That is the Chiefs simulation. So that's not even close to the score you guys were talking about a minute ago. But yes, in their sim now they run it once or like 10,000 times. How do they do it? Because if it's once, you got to run it more. Remember when Phil was here, Speedo wearing Phil, and I had him run simulations like 10 times, and just to see what we would come up with certain scenarios. Well, I mean, you have to do it more than once, right?
I do remember you doing that with the Speedo Phil, but I thought that was something to keep him off the streets.
It's also a way to keep him busy, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last Super Bowl Madden simulation was correct. Not on the score, but they said Kansas City would beat the 49ers and that Mahomes would be the MVP. Well, that's hard. The simulation missed on 2 Super Bowls before that, saying the Patriots would beat Philadelphia. And of course, that was a game the Eagles won. So, it's not a perfect science. None of it's a perfect science. The human beings are involved. There's going to be variations. You can look at the positions, you can look at the players, you can look at the ratings. You get somewhere close. It's all just good fun, but no, the damn thing's not rigged.
Keon, would you do me a favor? Would you just take that clip of audio, the last 15, 20 seconds of audio of Jeffrey saying that? Would you send that to me, or better yet, send that to Mike Hayes in care of Mike Hazen, Arizona Diamondbacks? Would you send that to him, please? To prove that the damn analytics, although helpful, is not right all the time.
Do you think they're using Major League Baseball video game to simulate stuff to decide how they're going to play their games?
They have some program. I mean, anybody that's watched Moneyball has seen they have some sort of mathematics program that they run over and over. And, guys, historically are better against left-handed pitching on a Tuesday when the temperature is 67 degrees and the humidity is 97%. I mean, it's okay. There must be some place for it. I think the most, successful teams are guys that they take some of the analytics and then they take some baseball common sense. And that's how they put the team together. And unfortunately, I think the Diamondbacks are very heavy into the analytics.
All right, we'll go ahead and send what I said to Hazen, and then the part where Randy explained why. I think that'll help there. Maybe it'll help. I don't know. Blissful Hayes says, what's more rigged, the NFL or the NFL fan pick'em contest? Why would you think that's rigged? You can see all the results in real time right there. In fact, I haven't taken a look at it in a while. If you think it's rigged, well, I'm not in first place, this time around, and I can't win anyway, so it doesn't matter. But right now, let's see. Yeah, there still could be a tie for third place, but it looks like first and second place is already locked down. But Hefty Lefty is in the running with Random Texter to possibly tie there or completely lose it. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But there's nothing rigged about it, Blissful Hayes. Shut your mouth. Fish Tank says, I loved Arian Foster as a player, but I'm worried that he's just trying to be relevant, get people to listen to his podcast. Could be he just said that stuff to get clicks. Because he's smart enough to do it if he's smart, right?
Yeah, he said it with a straight face, and it's just like, you're not serious. I mean, they handed you the scripts before the season. It's like whenever, and a lot of the jokes were, boy, Antonio Brown is the greatest method actor of all time, and stuff like that. Like if it's scripted, like where does it stop being script? When guys are being insane, when injuries that you could not possibly believe happen, when does it stop?
It will be interesting to see what he says next. See, it worked. Rough Rob says Eagles by 20. Okay, well, that's a bit much. That's a bit much, Rough Rob. Rye Guy says 3 words for you guys. Fly, Eagles, fly. Are you guys going to get Randy a hat that says, I hate Shohei? Are you going to give him a t-shirt? Says something there, for opening day?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't wear it. You wouldn't wear something if you didn't believe it.
No.
Dick Whisker says, is it true Major League Baseball is eliminating the shift this year?
Yes, they are eliminating the shift, but they are adding the pitch. What is it?
The pinch runner on second.
The pinch runner that's still there, but they have the clock.
Oh, okay.
Shot clock. The clock. The pitch in between pitch clock or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
They are eliminating. They are eliminating the shift. So that should add up to some of these games being a little more interesting, especially in the late innings. When they need to drive in a run, they get one through the infield and they can drive in a run. And man, listen, we're getting back to baseball, except for the stupid ghost runners. Give me a break, please.
Stupid. Hey, Keon, you were telling me earlier today, I didn't see the link, but I guess the Major League Baseball video game is adding some more legacy players. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. MLB The Show is adding some because onto their old school kind of classic rosters. They're adding some of the Negro Leagues players, and I think that's really awesome because I do think that
cool.
who
are some of the names?
Buck O'Neil is one. Obviously, the great Satchel Paige is another one. So you can play in the game as Satchel Paige, which to me is crazy cool, because a lot of kids learn about baseball, learn about the history of the game from playing the video game. That's a lot of stuff I learned about basketball. I learned about Oscar Robertson. I learned about Bob Cousy. I learned about, some of the greats of the game because they were playable in the game. And I just think that that's a really cool thing to add.
Is Satchel Paige, is he going to have his wind up? Are they going to replicate his wind up, his big old high leg kick?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that they do. I mean, they really try and find out what that player does in their motion, and they have the whole animation team there with it. So it's going to be really cool to see.
Very cool.
Cardinal Art says, I blame Javon Curse for Arian Foster having SCRIPT. You understand that? I don't understand that.
No.
Where's Javon Curse?
Javon Curse hit him really hard. I mean, cussed the hell out of him in one game. So
I think he meant to spell out CTE, but his voice to phone said script.
How funny. All right, Colonel Art, sounds like your phone has some CTE. We're going to take a break. We will come back. We've got many other things to discuss. Some Super Bowl stuff. Oh, some NFL quarterbacks and a whole bunch more. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
One trip down Scottsdale Road, and it's obvious. Snowbird season is here. You know what else is on Scottsdale Road? The absolute best restaurant to take your out-of-town friends and family to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without a show? Well, Kasai offers an awesome selection of Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily till 6 p.m. and enjoy the outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for the open, the big game, or just the great Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. Take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse for dinnertainment. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com. Or call 480-607-1114.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
We are ready to duel in the desert.
Is there anything better than the sound of 3 races breathing life into a new NASCAR season? What about if it's at a state-of-the-art facility with stunning views of the Estrella Mountains and a famous, only one of its kind hillside? Well, then you must be talking about Phoenix Raceway. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 10th through the 12th. Get your tickets now at PhoenixRaceway.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. How come it didn't echo when I did that? Why wasn't it echo? I figure if I did that, it would echo.
No.
What do I got to do to make it echo? Do I need a
Get
thing?
an echo chamber on your setup there.
Now it just feels awkward. Anyway, so there's always somebody who shows up there kind of late to the conversation after, everything's happened.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, well, we've already talked about that. Good Cat texts in, what the holy hell? Cards lost Flores to the Vikings? Yeah. Yeah, that news broke shortly before or during the show when we first started. So we've been down that road, Good Cat.
Do I have to relive this horror?
No, you can go back and you can go back and listen to the podcast, buddy.
Thank you.
We're not going to go through that again. It's just to summarize, embarrassing for the Cardinals and the Colts. And we have no idea what the hell's going to happen next. I thought we'd be fighting over Brian Flores. Turns out, yeah, there's no interest. Just, it's like fighting over a girl and she's like, ew, neither of you. No. Yeah, thank you. 888-368-1580. So, all right, let's real fast. I just want to talk about some fines. Trent Williams got fined $12,731 for unnecessary roughness in the NFC Championship game. If you remember, that is when he grabbed Kevon Wallace and body slammed his ass on the ground because Kevon Wallace was kind of poking at him, and they both got in trouble. They got, but then Williams got ejected. I don't remember. Did the other guy get ejected too? I think they don't.
Yes.
They both did.
Yeah, they both did.
But he wasn't fined.
So I think he also stretched out that guy's neck at least 4 inches.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Grabbed him around his neck and head. Right?
Yeah. When you think, hey man, thanks for making you taller. That's great.
Yeah.
I could use this.
Or
But,
my neck longer. Yeah.
So Trent Williams, he was fined $12,731. Now Joseph Osai, same day, knocks Patrick not just out of bounds, but kind of into next week. There at the very end of the game, of course, he got flagged, and that play right there possibly cost the Bengals the game. You can make the argument that kick barely makes it over those uprights. They add 15 yards to that kick. Basically, there could have been a chance for a stop and a win, and you could have seen the Bengals in this Super Bowl. But Joseph Osai, now here's the reason he did not get fined. Here's the reason. I believe Joseph Osai. He was running from across field hard as he could, trying to make a play. He lost track of where he was. I do not believe he meant to hurt Patrick Mahomes. I don't believe that he was aware exactly where he was at that moment. I mean, if he was in, you need to knock his ass out of bounds. That would be the right play.
Yeah,
but
come on, Jeffrey.
But no. But it is on him for not being aware. So absolutely deserve the flag. But I am okay with him not getting fined.
Okay, he doesn't get fined. Okay,
I like fines for people doing things with malicious intent.
I mean, come on, guys.
He was
trying
to make.
Wait, Randy, you thought he was trying to hurt him? You thought he was being malicious?
No, he knows the boundaries of a football field.
Yeah,
How long has he been playing the game of football?
But this is why we watch football, because human beings make mistakes.
This wasn't a mistake. Come on, guys.
It was 100% a mistake. Because the look on his face when he realized what he'd done in the moment, it didn't take him until after the game, after the shower, all of the cameras. The moment he got up and he knew he screwed up. He knew he screwed up the second he did it. So it was a mistake. To me, it was obviously a mistake. But when you're running, and you could see it in the all 22. He is hauling ass and he just barely mistimed it too. Man. He was off by a second or two. Mm-hmm. He just really thought he was going to get there in time, and he screwed up.
Had he got there in time, everybody would be like, "What a play!" But he got there just he was already out of bounds. Bang! Oh, now
Mahomes'
he's a mule.
Foot was on the boundary, and then he hit him. I mean, it was a mistake.
Well, his foot was out of bounds. But here's the thing: Silly Wabbit says so. Trent Williams got fined the equivalent of $12.73, as it would be for most of us. Well, that's another good point. $12,731 for Trent Williams. I would probably put the decimal over a couple places. Well, I don't know that he makes the money that, say, Patrick Mahomes makes, but I'm sure he makes a good living. I don't think I'd give it $12.73. I might make it $1,273 in his money versus your money, But that, sure, it's a good point. He'll be okay. Don't worry about Trent Williams,
Yeah,
he ain't gonna miss no meals.
Not at all. Trent Williams' base salary this year, 19 mil. He'll be all right.
Oh yeah, he's okay. Moving the decimal back.
Yeah, no, he is when he is healthy,
You're right,
he's the best left tackle in football, and he's very much paid like it.
And he says he will play again next year. That is his intention, to play again next year. So
that's my dude right there.
Joseph Osai, man, I'll tell you what, you didn't need to fine him anyway. He has suffered. Going back to the locker room and having to look his his fellow players in the eyes, knowing that they are looking at him like that's the guy who lost us the game right there. And he has gone and apologized, I'm sure, to everybody. To the concession stand people. He's apologized to the owner and to the coach and anybody who will listen. The guy feels horrible about this. And Randy, even if you're right, even if he's like, I hate Patrick Mahomes, I feel like he's paying the price right now, realizing what a dumbass thing that was.
Look, okay, so they didn't find him, but there is no way, and I respect you guys, you know that. There's no way you could tell me this guy didn't know what he was doing. Come on.
All he did for
I
the
can
previous
believe
10 seconds up to that play.
White lines where the out of bounds is.
And when you are a nearly 300-pound person running as fast as you can run, you're not
300 pounds, and I know when to turn
But
off the jets.
Randy, you don't run a 4.740.
Stop there,
just
Randy. You don't run.
You see him going, and you know he's going to go out of bounds. And
I'd like to see you stop yourself, Randy.
Yeah,
I'd like to see you stop yourself.
Listen, I could stop myself.
If you weighed nearly 300 pounds and you could run a 4.740,
I weigh more than 300
but you
pounds,
cannot run a 4.740. Please do not skip that important piece of information that I
stop myself.
Those guys cannot stop on a dime with the speed that they move.
They, with all due respect, and I love you guys. You know that I respect you. But listen, this guy knew where the boundaries were, and he could have let up. I think he just finished it.
How many times have we watched sports? Oh no, we lost Randy.
We lost him on camera and on the thing. Well, now he's going to say it's rigged. Like we did that on purpose to shut him up.
Yeah, which we did, and I politely disagree with Randy on that point.
I'll give Randy some credibility on this. He's making a good point. He should, but even if he deep down kind of just wanted to hit the guy, he's paid for it.
Yeah,
he's more than paid for it since then.
I agree with Randy that when you play the game that long, you should.
Are you back, Randy? Yeah, Randy's back.
I am.
I am back. But everybody is human, and even human beings make the dumbest of mistakes sometimes. And
that's gonna haunt Joseph Osai for a long time.
I'm not saying humans can make mistakes. I've made plenty in my lifetime, and I continue to make them to this day. I'm just saying, come on, man. This guy knew where the boundaries were. He was probably anticipating Patrick Mahomes to take that little dance step, the little jazzy step that all these quarterbacks are doing now.
That's fair.
And he thought, I'm not going to let him take that jazzy step. I mean, he's not going to get another yard on me, man.
Possible and plausible, but I feel like Keon and I both think that guy's probably telling the truth.
I believe him because why would he lie about it to me? It's just he's the goat, and I don't mean the greatest, but the scapegoat. He's the scapegoat either way.
I never said he was lying.
I do want to bring attention to people who are agreeing with you, and maybe that'll make you rethink things. Charo agrees with you. Mr. Pringle agrees with you. He says, "I agree with Randy 100%." You might want to rethink your thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Because it's Churro and Pringle?
I like Churro though.
That's the thing. No, I don't dislike these guys. Something to think about.
I'm just some of Pringle's judgment.
Well, you guys know as well as I do. Some of these quarterbacks do that little extra tap step, get a little, couple extra yards here and there.
Mahomes did it against the Titans and scored a whole touchdown right before halftime.
If I'm Joseph Asai, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to go right through this guy like a missile. I'm going to cut him right in half. But he saw him step out of bounds, and he should have eased up.
Fish Tank says this about Trent Williams. Says Trent Williams knew his team was completely out of the game. It didn't matter if he got in trouble or ejected. He knew, and that's why he knew he could choke slam that dude like the Undertaker.
Well, and also
I don't know that I say I don't find the other dude, but he certainly deserves less of a penalty than Williams going full WWE over there.
Trent Williams is a big respect guy. He does not take disrespect very kindly.
Oh, he took the poking for a minute.
Yeah,
longer than you thought he would.
When you get to a certain point, though. I mean, this his nickname in college was the Silverback. You just don't mess with a guy that big and that angry. I remember when he was in Washington, it was the playoff game where RG3 gets hurt, destroys his knee. But at the end, Richard Sherman came by the sideline squawking, and Trent Williams got a hold of him by the shoulders, and everybody immediately flew in to separate him because he about killed Richard Sherman. So just don't.
By the way,
with him, don't do that.
Richard Sherman, Kind of killable.
I
Drop
was
in the
asking for
soap
it.
says Charles Manson just tweeted he agrees with Randy. Blissful
Come
Hayes
on,
says
man.
I agree with Randy.
No,
Blissful Hayes.
Randy's making a good point. I just don't necessarily agree.
Yeah,
That's
now
all.
Blissful Hayes, you're not helping. He says, yeah, I agree with Randy. He knew exactly what he was doing.
See,
all the people's like, step over the line. These are the guys, Randy. Congratulations.
I like that they know who they are.
you guys leave me alone. You know I'm right.
Jagdog says, Randy, how's your tri-tip you smoked over the weekend? Yeah, we saw the pictures on the Twitter there of that that slab o' meat.
Tri-tip my ass. That was a brisket, and it came out amazing. Oh, it was the best brisket I've ever done.
How was it, Keon? Because I imagine you were invited and I wasn't.
No,
I'm saying. 'Cause
you know what?
I was not
depending on
invited.
depending on if you're coming to the studio this week at all.
Just
Jeffrey,
saying, yeah, we should do that.
I will bring you.
The problem is the later in the week we go, the less likely there is to be any.
Well, that is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Makes me
But
sad
I have
inside.
saved you guys some of the point end.
Oh hell yeah!
The
Thank you.
flat is gone. The flat is absolutely gone. But I still have some of the point.
So Pinocchio, just out of nowhere, says, I think when all is said and done, Kyler Murray's immaturity and huge contract are the reasons every household name is avoiding the Cardinals head coaching job. So Pinocchio thinks it's Kyler is why Sean Payton and D'Amico Ryans and Brian Flores have said nope.
Well, I mean, it's easy to make that conclude to come up with that conclusion, but I don't. Again, I don't know. I'm not in the interviews. I don't know.
Good Cat says, what does that say about the Cardinals and open head coach position? Their owners, if these candidates choose the Vikings and to be a coordinator. Yeah, we've gone down that road. Good Cat, we've gone down that road.
The thing
And
about it
it's
is
true.
we've discovered a lot of things about Mr. Bidwell. He likes to be involved with the team. He likes to go over tape with the head coach. And some of these guys maybe don't want that kind of involvement from the ownership. Just let me do my job and don't come in here and tell me how to do my job. And so maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm just saying none of us are in the damn interviews. We don't know for sure.
Big George says, wait, his name in high school was Silverback? Oh, that's tough. My nickname was Brokeback. And he said, just kidding.
Just says two very different things.
George.
So when George grabs you on the sideline,
you go into the blue tent.
all you hope is you go unconscious because you don't want to remember it. Whatever happens next, you don't want to remember it. Against the Spread says the Cardinals are like the equivalent of the fat kid with no prom date 2 weeks before the big dance. Let's face it, Valley residents, nobody wants to deal with Man Baby Murray. Oh, that's good. Man Baby Murray. Oh, I like that. I'm stealing that against the Spread. Man Baby Murray.
Thanks a lot.
It's like Puppy Monkey Baby. Man Baby Murray. Anyway, where were we? Yes, controlled by ownership and then later fired as a fall guy. No wonder if Steve Keim drank so friggin' much. Man Baby Murray.
Thanks a lot, ATS.
Well, I mean, if that's the reason Keim was drinking, he has no one to blame but himself. He drafted him.
I feel like I should be drinking right now.
Did he though?
Yes.
Well, yeah, he did. He did it.
Did he though?
He
did.
He did.
You guys are you thinking
You
that
really
he
think
pulled the trigger on
Bidwell's?
that?
You think Bidwell is Geppetto and old bald drunk guy was Pinocchio? There is that what you think?
This is my speculation, my conspiracy theory. Yes, I do, and I think it's coming to light.
You
I think
made
Michael
him into
Bidwell-
an evil genius. I don't think that.
I think
exists there.
Michael Bidwell is doing a Jerry Jones on this team.
I just don't feel that, man.
Well,
I don't feel it.
That's the way I feel about it.
We'll be a minute before we find out the real truth. Somebody's gonna write something. It'll come out. I'm looking forward to it. If you're right,
Well,
you're
there's-
right. But I just
there's
don't feel
been-
it.
There have been some other articles I read about the Cardinals, and now
You gotta start sending those to me. I haven't seen none of that.
all right. Then when I see them,
But then again, I hardly read. Good Cat says, Man Baby Murray. That is an amazing texter nickname right there. Ooh, you're right. Man Baby Murray. Might not be bad. But who wants to be called that, though? I don't think anybody's going to want that texter nickname.
We have somebody voluntarily called Lung Butter.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Again, point well taken. You guys are coming up with very good points today. I'll give you high marks for today's show on that one. Lung butter. You know, he just LOL'd. He didn't explain the hell it meant. When I asked earlier, he LOL'd. That was it. I'm not typing that in my Google search. I can't. Listen, I'm very careful about my browser. You know what I'm saying? I don't type in. I just make Keon do it. I don't type in stuff that's going to get me. Because here's why. Can I tell you why? I'm not worried about my wife. She could go through my entire search history all she wants. I'm a good boy. What I worry about is this chat GPT or the AI that's coming to Google. I don't want my damn computer judging me later. I'll be like, hey, can we look it up? They're like, oh, you mean like when you looked up lung butter, you freak? What? Whoa. Because that's what happens. The AI is going to get judgy. Then they're going to decide who lives and dies. And they're going to be like, all right, in the case of Jeffrey O'Brien, lung butter, dead. I don't need that. So I'm just trying to live a good, clean life for Google, for Chat GPT, of course, for my life and my wife. But I'm not looking up the damn lung butter. Keon, will you look that up and see what it means, please?
Sure.
It's a station computer. Nobody looks.
Oh, no, I'm not looking it up on the station computer. You got to be out of your mind.
No, because they'll just say, Izzy did it. Izzy did it. You'll go use Dale's computer.
It was Dale.
He'll walk in tomorrow going, "The hell is lung butter? You put that on toast? I don't know. It's kind of weird."
Come on.
The Wiz says, "You think Bidwell would let some guy manage the family business?"
No.
Well, he's managing the business. This is about managing the football team. So I don't know. I just don't get that sense. But Randy might be 100% right. We just don't know until somebody tells us.
The team is the business.
All right, we have to take a break. There's another question about something. And I don't know. Maybe Randy and I will finally agree on one thing today. I don't know. But I will pose this question and we'll find out the answer. There's a petition to get Travis and Jason Kelsey's mom to do the coin toss at the Super Bowl. Do you think they should do it? Don't answer that question until we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Both the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles have arrived in Glendale, Arizona. It's a week of hype and preparation for Super Bowl 57. And the Eagles are a 1.5-point favorite, minus 126 on the money line, while Kansas City plus 106. The over-under sits at 51, the over minus 105, the under minus 115. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts is the favorite to win the MVP at plus 110. Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes plus 125. Travis Kelsey plus 1,200. A.J. Brown and Hassan Reddick both at plus 2,500. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
The goal to reach the Super Bowl has arrived. The final two teams meet in Glendale. The Eagles, the Chiefs. One team will realize the ultimate prize, while the other resets for another run at glory. Eagles versus Chiefs, Sunday, February 12th at 3 p.m. on your exclusive radio home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and tomorrow night, nothing is happening. Tonight, nothing is happening. But on Wednesday night, we got New Mexico State visiting GCU in the Havoc. That's a rivalry game right there. That's going to be nuts. How's New Mexico State doing this year, Keon? Is this going to be a good game, or can we expect GCU to put the old bleep stomp down on these loudmouths from New Mexico State?
Yeah, I think that GCU's having a tremendous season. I think New Mexico State's pretty good, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a good game, but I do expect GCU to win it.
All right. So there you go. Worth tuning in for 6:45 p.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right. So before we get to the whole Kelsey Bowl thing, Donnie is basically sobered up. He's like, Flores. It's the first thing he has texted in a while because he's been pretty drunk and not thrilled about the outcome of the Viking season, but now he's going to be pretty happy about two things. One, he hates all of the sports here in Arizona, so knowing he took Brian Flores away from the Cardinals makes him very, very happy. And as far as coordinators go, that's great. But I have a question, just a curiosity. Why did he leave the Steelers? Because he's already a coordinator there. Why didn't he just stay there?
But he wasn't the defensive coordinator. He was just an assistant coach.
He was like a
to Mike
linebackers
Tomlin.
coach.
Yeah, so he was. He was
they had
open to
another guy
move up.
ahead of him.
Yeah, so
Okay.
They wanted
And-
some play calling duties.
Oh,
there.
okay.
And New Mexico State Aggies are 9-14 overall in men's basketball.
Okay. Hookamati says, I feel like my Alexa judges me when I say play 1580 The Fanatic.
It probably does.
Judges you to be awesome. CK says, it was good to hear Dale on the show. And I says, nice to hear someone make sense from 3 to 6. Against the Spread says, the guy who hit Mahomes out of bounds is beyond stupid and should be nominated for Times Moron of the Year. The other contestants will be professional rattlesnake better, a dog that chases his tail, and the dude who farts when he has the diarrhea. You never trust a fart.
I don't know. The play was stupid.
Never trust a fart.
But
Never
Joseph
trust
Osai's not a dumb guy.
Fish Tank says the Kelsey mom coin flip thing sounds sweet and all, but how do we know she doesn't actually hate one of those guys? Moms and dads out there say you don't pick favorites. Yeah, well, we know you do. We know you do. So she can't be trusted. All right, so here's what we're talking about. Travis Kelsey, as you know, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Brother Jason Kelsey, center for the Philadelphia Eagles. A week from Sunday, they'll be the first brothers to face off in the Super Bowl. Some people are saying now it's the Kelsey Bowl. Yeah, all right, that's fun and all, but the truth is they're both playing on offense. They're not going to play against each other. They're just helping out their side of the ball. But here was, I thought, was kind of an interesting idea. Someone started a petition on change.org to get their mom
Donna Kelsey to do the coin toss. And as of last night, they had 32,500 signatures, and their goal was 35,000. This is an easy one. Everybody's going to say yay to this. Why wouldn't you? But Jason and Travis, they're not really thrilled with the attention. They're like, hey, listen, I kind of don't like that we're calling this the Kelsey Bowl. Appreciate the sport, but there's a lot of guys involved here. There's major organizations involved. Some unbelievable storylines in the Super Bowl. Appreciate you calling it, but let's focus it on Chiefs and Eagles. So they're actually not thrilled about the Kelsey Bowl part, but I still think it would be kind of interesting to see Mom flip the coin. What do you guys think?
It'd be very interesting. I'd be cool with that. I think that would be, just adding to the fun of the Super Bowl. That this is the first time we've ever seen this. So to have their mom do it is, flip the coin is pretty awesome.
Last thing they want happen is their mom to flip the coin, because then Twitter will go crazy. Oh, it's rigged. This, that, and the other.
But rigged for who?
Well,
she's not gonna.
Whoever wins,
Mom won't play favorites.
I'm not saying Mom would. You're not hearing what I'm saying. If Mom flips the coin,
they've already said the game's rigged.
She cannot win no matter what she does. She cannot come out of this thing looking like just the Kelsey mom. She will be chastised by the world of Twitter.
I don't think it's that big a deal. Bruno Baller says Kelsey's mom has got it going on. Does she? I've never seen her. Big George says, I'm watching on the YouTube live, and I got a question. Why is Jeffrey the only one representing the radio station? I mean, Keon's wearing a plain green T-shirt. Randy looks like he's ready to make like a mob hit or something. And I've got the emoji on the hat here. But if you look behind Keon, you'll see a handful of emojis right there. So. And a lot of sports back there on the screen. So I guess Big George's complaint is with you, Randy, for not having any sort of station stuff.
Huh. Do you have to every day? Like I wear my Fanatic shirt to, sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Do I have a microphone in play? You guys see my microphone?
I see your microphone. Yeah.
Would that not indicate that I'm part of the radio show? Or?
Yeah, I just sometimes Jeffrey wears a Colts hat instead of the Fanatic hat.
Oh, look, I fixed it. There it says. Now it says Randy White, 1580 the Fanatic. All right, does that make everybody happy?
I mean,
is that what you needed, George? Of all the things to zero in on there, buddy.
George, don't you have some sort of court document to fill out?
Did you guys some diapers to change or something? Did you guys some some weather radar to look at? You have some weather people on Twitter to bother. You got some coaches demand fired. You got something like that. Something like that. Blissful A says, if every Cardinals head coaching candidate declines the job because of Kyler's lack of desire, will Bidwell hire Dingleberry back? That can't be a serious question. Of course not. They'll just elevate Vance Joseph, and that's what Randy has.
God, I don't even think that would happen. There will be somebody who wants the job. It's just a question of, is it the person who is your first or second choice? And in this case, it would not be that. So, I mean, there are going to be coaching candidates that you can turn to without it being Vance Joseph.
But that is a realistic,
good old 30-point Joseph, huh?
They haven't interviewed him beyond that. I think they had that first.
He's sitting right there. Hey, Vance, what? Want to coach? Yeah. Okay. Done.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Saturday went through the interview process. And he was right there. So
that was the interview. Hey, what? Want to be coach? Okay. The interview done.
It's just usually not how that goes. If they do it that way, that would be.
What time is it?
A very good reason to not coach the Cardinals.
I may need to leave right now.
Radio Ron says, what's next, Big George? You going to ask for closed captions? Well, funny you mentioned that. There actually are closed captions on the YouTube feed. You can actually click a button and see everything we're saying right here.
Jeffrey.
What?
It's going to be very speech to text.
No, nobody needs to type. It's just done by a computer. It's just done by a computer. They don't need to shush me. Why you shush me? No more work. It's not work at all. It's done.
The computer is already doing it right
now. You think I've been sitting here typing the whole time, keeping up with the conversation? Baker's Cocky Hen says, I hear Herm Edwards has a place in the vat. You shut your mouth. That man plays to win the games.
Sort of.
I mean, why? Why pick on me?
Good Cat says reports are saying that Kevin Sumlin is next to interview for the Cardinals job.
Thank you.
Why are you doing this, Good Cat? You used to
Thank
be
you, Good Cat.
the only good you Arizona fan that we knew. Used to be. Just saying, buddy. Just saying. All right. So I guess I don't care one way or the other if Jason and Travis Kelce's mom jumps up there and flips the coin. That'd be cute, but it's not necessary, really, I guess. This just happened. The first $1 million bet has been placed on the Super Bowl. Somebody bet $1 million on the Eagles straight up with BetMGM at minus 125 odds. So the bet will pay if Philly wins $800,000. So they're putting $1 million to win $800,000. All right, that's not a bad bet, I guess. But straight up, man, that is some confidence right there. I don't know if I could confidently bet that.
So if I put $1 up on the Eagles, that means I'll win 80 cents.
I guess that makes sense to me. Yeah, and if you, I don't know if you have $1 million to bet, you could make 800,000 or zip, you can lose $1 million.
You're the only one between the three of us that has $1 million.
I was trying to make everybody feel included.
Well, I know.
Just I'm saying, not the kind of bet that I think we're all going to bet something on this Super Bowl. What are you guys going to bet? You're going to bet the over/under. You're going to bet the spread. You're going to bet the straight up money line. What would you be betting on this Super Bowl as you look ahead to Sunday?
I'll bet the money line.
Yeah,
that's usually where I feel the safest betting. The over/under. I can't get an over/under correct to save my life.
I feel like it'd be over this, whatever it is. I'm gonna almost attempt to say over because I think this is gonna be a shootout.
I feel like it too, but I've been wrong. I think more than I've been right on that front. So I'll let the over/unders go.
What about you, Randy? What are you thinking of betting on this?
I don't know. Super Bowl's kind of fun because they have all these prop bets that they don't normally have.
Yeah, you're gonna bet the anthem length.
Maybe. I don't know.
See, if I were performing, right, I would bet the over. And then I'd come out there like this. Oh, say, can you see? And then as I'm doing that, people are like, oh, crap. And they can make the bets on their phone live before the song is done. And everybody will cheer me more than they did Whitney. You know what I'm saying?
So,
thank you, Jeffrey O'Brien.
So on FanDuel,
yeah,
some of the prop bets, coin toss results, coin toss winner. Will the first play from scrimmage be a
run, pass,
run? Yeah. No, result in a first down.
Oh, okay.
Player to score first points, quarterback to throw a touchdown pass first. Will there be a scoregami? In other words, a unique score.
That's
never happened before.
I wouldn't touch that one personally.
Any player to record an octopus.
Excuse me.
Which means a score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on the same drive.
Okay,
so in other words,
Kelsey
gets a touchdown,
right,
and then Kelsey receives a 2-point conversion.
I had no idea it was named that.
But Me neither.
It's possible.
It's possible, but it's horrifically unlikely. I'm not touching that at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they've got a ton of things on the FanDuel, and right now the over/under is 50.5. I don't like that.
Fish Tank says, "Yeah, if I'm doing the anthem, I'm doing my best Frank Sinatra, and then I'll bet the over." Yeah. Frank Sinatra did eat up a bit of clock when he'd sing a song, didn't he? Against the Spread says that $1 million bet on the Eagles might be a hedge. Someone might have taken Kansas with a large futures bet earlier in the season. That's a hell of a hedge, man. That is a hell of a hedge. But I understand what you're saying. But if you made that bet on a futures thing early in the season, power to you. I guess, I don't know. It seemed like an obvious bet, though, early in the season, too. I don't know. That's interesting against the Spread. My brain is trying to sort of see the different versions of this playing out that way. But, yeah, you might have something there. Big George says, what about for those of us who might be blind and deaf? You know, how will they enjoy the show? We need some Braille radio, Ron. See, here's what it is. You have somebody who has sight just sit there next to you and poke you. Boop, 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 like Morse coded. But that expense is on you. We're not paying for that. Good Cat says, Randy. It's all in jest. I would not wish that dumpster fire Sean Sumlin on anybody, except for maybe the Cowboys. Yeah, Kevin Sumlin, not to the Cardinals, only Cowboys. He was just kidding.
Thank God.
Miss Springle says, are the Cardinals players responsible for cleaning up the trash in their stadium after the game is over? Yes, Springle. That's exactly what's going to happen. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Hurts and Mahomes have both won an octopus in the playoffs already this year. Does that count for the quarterback?
I guess it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fish
Any
Tank
player.
says, musicians are all whores. I should know. Yeah, they want that anthem to last, and there's no way someone's not telling them the betting odds. You know what I'm saying? Or you go the other way. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? This is just like they hit that thing in 45 seconds. And then everybody's going to applaud and love you because you just got the damn thing over with. You know? Nobody's ever going to ask me to sing the anthem, are they?
No.
Yeah, that was awfully fast response.
Just a hunch.
Can I just say that was offensive? That hurt a little bit. You've never heard me truly try to sing in actual singing voice. How dare both of you?
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, the parody songs I sang like other
Jeffrey,
people.
Jeffrey,
and then
Jeffrey.
some people said I sang very nicely.
No, Jeffrey.
What? The birthday songs we sang? Yeah, I guess that would kind of trust me. If I wanted to sing it, I could sing it.
No.
And I'd make all of us rich. I'd make us all rich.
No, don't.
You should want me to sing that song.
No.
By the way, I want to invite you all out to the Jeffrey O'Brien football experience. Don't ask me where I got the equipment or I have the stuff to do this. But it's going to be in a vacant lot in Queen Creek coming up this weekend. And it costs $10 a person. What? Don't ask any questions about how I put this together. But yes, the Jeffrey O'Brien NFL fan experience in Queen Creek, vacant lot. I'll give you the address right before it happens, but be ready. We're going to have all sorts of fun. If I can figure out how to put the equipment together.
What kind of fun are we going to have?
Well, let me unload the truck and I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The Vince Lombardi Trophy.
The live radio broadcast of the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 57 on The Fanatic is presented by Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, American Furniture Warehouse, Harmon Solar, IQ Wealth Management, Hemingway e-bike. Don't miss a moment of the action and excitement of the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 57. Live from Glendale on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, your exclusive home for the NFL.
We all have our systems when we bet, from picking the perfect upset to combing through injury reports the night before the game. But there's one thing every bettor should include in their system: the responsible gaming tools available on FanDuel Sportsbook. These tools help keep your play in check and under control. They have tools like time limits so you don't unknowingly spend more time on the app than you've intended, wager limits to help prevent you from betting more than you should, and you can take even a timeout, which pauses your account for as long as you may need. FanDuel wants every bettor's experience to be about fun and entertainment, so visit FanDuel.com/playwell and make responsible gaming tools a part of your system. You must be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I've been advised by station legal counsel to say it was a joke. I did not steal the Super Bowl experience stuff. I will not be having an event in Queen Creek with stolen Super Bowl experience stuff. But I do want to just say this. The security team that was watching out for all this stuff, the name, did you catch the name? Best Security. Yeah, guess not. Because somebody came along and stole $100,000 worth of Super Bowl experience stuff. And here's what the police are saying. They say, well, it's production property. It was stolen from some third party vendor parked there on Saturday. And you guys realize it's still Phoenix. That's the thing I'm just shocked at. Oh, yeah, we got nice, Miami colored banners all over the place, all this weird pastel and whatever. But yeah, it's still the sixth largest, maybe fifth largest city in the country. And we got our fair share of crime. People getting shot all over the place. Just be glad nobody got shot. So if somebody came along and stole your stuff, well, worse things could happen. But I would want to take a look at that security company just a little bit. Maybe change your name to fairly okay security.
Decent security sometimes.
No, not decent.
Okay,
not even decent.
security.
Yeah. Mediocre, not best. All right, second best, third best,
or best security, but only on Thursdays.
Yeah, this
Kind
is
of
not
okay
your day.
security.
Yeah. So here's the thing: you won't find this stuff for quite some time. But let me tell you what's going to happen. The USFL experience is going to be amazing. It's going to be like these stickers, and you're like, wait a minute, what's under that? What is under that thing?
Don't worry about it.
Bruno Baller says, I know Randy's birthday is in February. What is the exact day? Don't answer, Randy. Keon, what's the exact day off the top of your head?
The exact day of what?
Randy's birthday.
I do not know.
February 20th. Boom, for the win. I didn't have to look that up. I was right, Robert. I was right?
Yes.
See?
Yeah, you were. Thanks.
There you
Thanks
go.
for sharing that. Yeah.
So I'm better than Keon.
I like that you said don't look it up. How would I have looked it up?
I don't know. Maybe you had it in your phone. Maybe you don't even care about him enough to put in your phone, do you? Wow.
It's not that I don't care enough. It's just I hear people talking. I don't know. When's my birthday?
March 9th.
No.
It's March though, isn't it?
It is March, yeah.
All right. Well, at least I remember
March
that
13th.
much.
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. No, not that week. Not that week. Not that week. Oh, I thought our COVID-versary when we all got when we decided to stay home from COVID back in 2020. That's March 17th. I marked that, but sorry, Keon. No, I don't have your birthday. March
17th.
It is
March
not.
17th.
No. It's March 22nd.
Damn, I was close. Price is Right rules. I win.
I said March. I win. You weren't close. I win.
I said March 17th.
I said March before you even said 17th.
Yeah, but I said
you
March.
wouldn't have even thought of it.
I got Price is Right rules.
All right, hold on here. Coming in. Boom. Now your birthday's in there. Now I'll find that. You ain't getting anything for your birthday because I don't like your insolence right now. 888-368-1580. Hook'em Hottie says the 13th is my birthday. Thank you, Randy, for remembering. Wait, March 13th is your birthday?
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's weird. You know that. Big George says, wait, Randy and my son share a birthday? Luke's 1 year birthday is February 20th.
20th. Yep. That's a great day to be born.
Fish Tank says, I'm starting a security company called Trying Our Best. That's good. Bruno Baller says February 20th, also President's Day this year. Yes, it's a Monday, isn't it, Randy?
Yes, it is. Day after
Why
the
do you
Super
seem
Bowl.
so
or,
uncomfortable?
day after Daytona 500.
Why do you seem so uncomfortable us talking about your birthday?
Do I seem uncomfortable?
Yeah, a little bit.
Didn't know that.
You're worried somebody's going to ask you how old you are, aren't you?
No, I'll be 61 this year. It's not the issue.
Oh, you're feeling awkward because you're not inviting Keon and I back to a birthday party this year.
No, I have no birthday party this year.
You feel awkward because you're not inviting Keon to your party this year.
I have no birthday party this year.
You're feeling awkward because you're inviting Keon and not me to a party this year.
I have no birthday party this year.
I'm just saying, if you invite Keon and not me, I'm done.
I have no birthday party planned for this year.
I'll be looking forward to the invitation.
Okay.
888-368-1580. Baker's Cocky Hens thinks I should sing the national anthem like I do the Kasai commercials.
Oh,
That's
Radio
sight can you
Gold.
see?
Yeah, that's
By the dawn's early light.
right at your table.
Right in your pants. All right. Let's get this out of the way before something happens. Something always happens.
Hang on. Wait, hang on.
You still typing in Keon's birthday in your computer?
No, I'm trying to get to the
boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. Well, we're not doing that yet. So.
Stand by just a moment, please.
We can have Keon just hum the theme.
All right, let's go. I'm ready.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1967, Muhammad Ali successfully defended his world heavyweight title with a 15-round decision over Ernest Terrell in the Houston Astrodome. This performance was seen as vicious and made Ali unpopular with some boxing fans due to the accusations that Ali was intentionally dragging out the bout to further hurt Terrell when he could have instead gone for the knockout. Ali denied this himself. Yeah, he says, I was just couldn't knock him out. I hundreds of shots to his head. I just couldn't knock him out. I wasn't trying to hurt him. He was just Homer Simpson there. He didn't say Homer Simpson, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
He kept hitting him, and just like he was just like, I don't know what else to do. That fella's got himself a really thick head. So there you go. Thank you, George. 888-368-1580. So let's spin the wheel of sports. Wow, that was quick. Didn't even get a wind up or nothing. Just
Sorry. I mean, you said you spin the wheel. I'm on it.
Well, usually there's some conversation about it, but that's fine. We'll take this. So this was not Harrison Ford. Just get that out of the way immediately. But a group of Florida golfers, they're out there, they're golfing there Thursday, minding their own business. They're like, where's that coming from? They look up, it's a plane. Oh crap! A plane makes an emergency landing on the golf course right there.
Oh jeez!
But luckily, it wasn't a crash. The guy was able to make the landing. The pilot was fine. Nobody was hurt, and nobody on the ground. And the pilot was the only guy in the plane. Wasn't hurt. So these drunk golfers stand there like, do we wait for the national transportation, the feds to show up and investigate? And we got to finish this. They pushed the plane off the hole so they could finish. It was on the green actually, so they pushed it out of the way so they could finish golfing. And over there at the Del Tura Golf and Country Club in North Fort Myers, I think they were supposed to leave that there in the place
maybe.
so the investigators could come take a look. They're like, I have an idea. They just pushed that thing out of the way and kept on golfing. Do you get like a extra stroke for interference by a plane, or how does that work?
I mean, if it landed on your ball, but other than that, no.
Oh, sorry, I just thought about it.
No, not balls. Ball.
And
golf
thankfully,
sure, there's more than one. Just saying.
All right.
Against the Spread says, you guys are talking Super Bowl bets, so I've got 3 angles that give you lucrative pop bets.
All right.
Time to get ourselves some good betting advice from Against the Spread. Number 1, this Super Bowl could go into overtime. Yeah, there's a good chance that, 2 evenly matched teams. The spread is tight, and this stadium hosts close games historically. I would check the odds on the overtime prop. Number 2, a safety could be scored. This could happen in many different ways, and the payout on a safety is good. Number 3, more than 2 quarterbacks could play in this game. Both are hurting. And always, folks, bet at your own risk and practice money management. I give you this information for entertainment purposes only. All right.
So ATS has his own disclaimer now.
ATS has his own acronym now.
Very good.
Also, ATS is a pretty cool
Well, I
acronym.
mean, against the spread, ATS. Anybody who knows betting knows ATS is against the spread.
Well, I didn't know that. Until
You didn't know that?
No,
Come on,
I thought you were
come
just
on, you
giving against the spread some mad props for his props.
No, that's I've seen that somewhere against the spread. ATS.
You watch a lot of porn, I guess. 888-368-1580. Bruno Baller says, remember that scene in Happy Gilmore when he played the ball off the Claps grandstand? Wasn't that? I thought that was Tin Cup. No, you're right. That's Happy Gilmore.
I have seen guys on the tour play from the grandstands before.
You know what they should do? They should edit Tin Cup and Happy Gilmore together into one movie.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Here's Tin Cup guy just hitting in. I'm going to try again. And then there's Happy Gilmore doing his Happy Gilmore thing. You get the crowd and all that stuff. Just combine it. I guess you make Tin Cup into Shooter McGavin. I don't know. Just an idea. I mean, they do weirder stuff with Star Wars. Why not? I want the Tin Cup cut of Happy Gilmore, or the Happy Gilmore cut of Tin Cup. Which one came
Jeffrey
first?
O'Brien edit.
Which one came first?
Wasn't Tin Cup first?
It might have been. Cardinal Art says Randy just sparked up the old Weber, little Kingsford Coles, and sprinkles of apple wood chips. Got 2 ribeyes, 1 porterhouse, couple of baked potatoes for me and the missus. Please pour me up your finest scotch, and may I please have a weather forecast? Oh my God, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful evening.
Well, it's going to be beautiful for the next few days from the Harmon Solar 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center. Chief meteorologist Randy White coming at you live. 70s is the temperature for the next several days.
Months?
No, days. Just days. 70s is the thing to talk about. Currently downtown, 66 degrees in beautiful downtown Phoenix. 70 tomorrow, 69 for the high on Wednesday. I mean 73 on Thursday, 75 Friday, and the weekend, absolutely beautiful. Sunshine and beautiful. From the Harmon Solar 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief meteorologist, back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Randy. So let me ask you a question. For those of you who have people to celebrate Valentine's Day with, not you, Keon, are you celebrating it this weekend, or are you celebrating it on the day of, or do you do it like the next weekend? Because it's the Valentine's Day is on a Tuesday, and it's after the Super Bowl. So of course that eliminates Sunday as a Super Bowl, the Valentine's Day date, unless your date loves the Super Bowl. So
Well,
how do you handle this?
I cannot celebrate with Miss Kim on the 19th because that's Daytona 500. I could do it on the 18th though.
You can pencil her in.
I may have some plans already in play.
None of my business.
On the 18th.
All right.
I may have some plans in play.
My thinking is if you do it early, if you do it this coming weekend, I think a lot of people are going to be doing their Valentine's Day stuff this coming weekend. You know, and of course, some guys will wait till the next weekend because they just forgot. And they're trying to get out of trouble.
The problem with this coming weekend is the Super Bowl is
right, but there's
this
no
coming
Super Bowl
weekend.
on Saturday. Saturday is
True.
going to be chock full of people trying to have romantic dates.
Yeah.
So Fish Tank has just let me know that Happy Gilmore and Tin Cup came out the exact same year, 1996. Although Happy Gilmore came out in February, Tin Cup came out in August.
Wow. So Happy Gilmore came out first.
But doesn't it feel like Happy Gilmore is an older movie? You know what I mean? Because
they both feel kind of old.
Just shut up, man. I was 25 when that came out. There's nothing old about those movies.
You're 51 now.
Shut your mouth. I'm not. I'm 52.
Oh.
I don't need that
really,
reminder.
Really not helping your case there.
I
Happy
had
birthday,
you
Randy.
younger.
Happy birthday,
I
Randy.
had you younger than what you actually were. So there's
Well,
that.
I moisturize. I really don't. I just hear other people say it, so I say that.
All right.
I think I'm just sweaty, and that works the same way. You know what I mean? Being a little
You're
bit
not
clammy.
sweating. You're just moist.
Look at that. Yeah, I'm fine. It's poking my face. Yeah, my skin's good. No problems here. Ain't no filters on this one, man. Ain't no filters.
Nope. That's
Mostly
the real
'cause we-
deal.
Well, we can't figure out how to use it, so whatever. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Bye.